fast is it gonna hold me?
Are you ready?
You bet your ass I'm ready.
You know, I'm not a big fan of that bark like a chicken, cluck like a dog stuff.
They think they'll beat the devil. Nobody beats me.
You can run, but you can't hide from Crazy Eddie.
Evil events from evil causes spring. Aristophanes said that.
I told you, good shot to the face always gets the juices flowing. Come on, let's tango.
So,
Sit back.
relax and enjoy.
Oh my God.
You are psychotic.
And when I return, I'm gonna drink a bottle of scotch, as if it were Chicky von Richthofen's blood, and celebrate his death.
Can I get a hell yeah? Things I do for these people.
It's a bit more than I could bear.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Graveyard Shift of Forgotten Television. You got Jeff, you got Kevin, and this is Nostalgia TV as we get into Farscape Season 3. And you keen-eyed viewers out there, if you were paying attention to our intro video, you got to see a little scene from Oh Hell Yeah, Farscape Season 3. And this is a pretty interesting season. I know this is Kevin's first time watching it through. I am a big fan. I've been a fan for a very long time, but I am glad Kevin got a chance to see this. Now, Kevin, before we get into some episodes, what were you thinking of Season 3 going from the Season 2 cliffhanger into this season?
They went right for the feels. They're not fucking around this season.
No, they are not.
It's still a family show, very much so.
Yes.
The cast is a family, of course, and they're bringing in new family and saying goodbye to old family, and it's really difficult to do that. It's evolution is not a pleasant thing. It's always painful, and this season is quite the evolution, but it's a good evolution too. Like I'm not unhappy watching the series. It's still a page burner. Like it's like I told you before we started, I'm not having a problem binging this. I had to sit and watch 3 episodes back to back to back today, and I wasn't pissy in the fact that I wanted to listen to some music otherwise. I knew Aaron wasn't going to be dead.
Right.
Going into that, but I didn't realize that so much death was going to occur this season. Like I had to look through shit on IMDb later on and be like, no, come on now. When did it? No, next season then? How about that last one?
Nope.
No, she gone.
Nope.
Fuck. All right, now's a good time to start crying then. Fuck it. I'm like,
that'll learn you to get attached to anybody. This is one of the first shows that learned me on that one.
Like they killed the mom.
Yeah, unfortunately, everybody, one of the cast members did leave this season due to some like health issues and whatnot. So poor Virginia Hay had to check out on this show, and
that makes me feel better than them just like writing her off poorly. They didn't write her off poorly. It wasn't it was not bad at all.
And that was done on purpose. They loved and cared for the character. In your sense, like Virginia felt like a little like, man, why did they write me off like that? However, they gave her such a poetic, wonderful ending in this season that she kind of got over her. She felt bad like leaving the show. She felt like you could have left it open for a part-time schedule of some sorts, but there was like some sort of communication breakdown. Overall, everybody's fine. Everybody's happy with each other. Virginia's happy with the show. The show was happy with her. It wasn't bad blood. It was just like a little bit of, she was more asking for like can we tone down the schedule a little bit? And it didn't plan out for the story wise, which is unfortunate. You will see her again. She is not done in this show.
Well, Stark is doing a tremendous job imitating her. Like Goddard is doing a really, really good job. Yeah, but like when he invokes her, he imitates her mannerisms and idioms really, really well. And her blocking. Excuse me. What are you doing back there? Oh, there you are.
Sorry, just letting my cat out.
Oh, he had to tend to pussy.
Yes, the pussy had to leave the room.
Sometimes it has to lick itself.
And sometimes you have to pet it. Sometimes you have to kick it the hell out.
Or
that's what Pepe Le Pew says. If you can't hit it, you gotta quit it.
Oh, remind me, I need to get that goddamn Blu-ray before the second one comes out. Because now they're bringing the Looney Tunes.
Oh, the Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes Blu-ray. Yeah, I didn't get that over Christmas, and I should have. Fucked up. Anyway, so what do you remember? What you were feeling 20 years ago when you saw this? Like, did you think Aaron was going to come back? Did you think we were going to be getting new cast members? Like, how did you feel about all this?
Well, when this was first airing, honestly, it was feeling like you knew Aaron really wasn't going. You just weren't sure how she was going to come back, per se.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us knew at the time that, Virginia was leaving the show or anything like that or whatever. The way they set everything up felt like a natural progression, like especially with Crichton and his brain being kind of spliced open, and he needed a kind of like implant a donor organ of sorts. They had to come up with something. So it's Jules' species is a distant cousin of humanity, which has been discussed over lengths of time and is considered canon. They are like distant cousins of humans. And so that's how that worked out. And he got a donor piece of the brain, thanks to Stark for killing somebody for doing that. Cold blood murder. That's how we roll around here.
It's true.
But as far as like Zan, we did not really know this until about a couple weeks before the episode was airing, and we were hearing this from other parts around the world that got a couple of these episodes ahead of time. So some parts like I want to say England had about a week or two ahead of time on some episodes. My memory might be a little fuzzy. It was not same week as America for some of these things. Like Farscape and First Wave were on their first season were months, if not a half a year ahead of time from the rest of the world, like America. Because First Wave started in 1998. We didn't get it in America until March of 1999. Same thing with Farscape. Sci-Fi Channel was acquiring these shows and giving them these big deals so they could bring them onto the network to get some attention to their network. But as far as like the revolving door of the cast members, like we did not know Zan was leaving until it was almost on that episode, and it broke a lot of people's hearts. And the show felt a little different after that. It felt like a sucker punch to the gut. Like, my God, how are we going to get through this? And are we going to accept Jewel as a new character? Well, it's not only just Jewel as a new character. Crace gets upgraded to a recurring character. And then in the next season, we're going to get Sokozu, and we're going to get somebody else. And I'm not going to spoil the other cast members that are coming up in season 4, but it felt like a natural progression because honestly, what could you have done with Zan going forward? None of us really understand what the plans were for her if she wasn't leaving the show. So they had to pivot. So nobody really knows except for the original showrunners, Rockne O'Bannon, who who knows what the original storyline was, but her leaving was a bit of a tough pill for a lot of people. But we feel like the show actually carried forward and took that as a good storyline point to make you feel like you don't know what's going to happen to any of these characters. Nobody's safe. And that gave a show a certain unpredictability to it that always made you wonder at any time which one of these bastards is going to get offed. Just because if it's the story, let alone like a schedule or something else otherwise.
Well, even Rigel dies, so you're like,
for a brief moment, yeah.
Yeah. Brief moment, but
for a few seconds. Then you sewed my robes to my chest.
that was fucking funny. Because Stark is so fucking nutty.
He's so crazy. Paul Goddard is so good. And anybody who remembers, Paul Goddard was one of the agents in The Matrix.
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
Yep.
I vaguely remember that. I can't remember exactly which one. I know it's...
he was one of the background agents in the first movie.
Yeah.
When they were interrogating Neo the first time with Agent Smith, he's one of the background agents.
That's right. That's right. I was like, it was not at the end with Morpheus. No, that was a different...
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
It's been far too long since I've seen The Matrix.
I've been feeling that too. I'm not going to watch the sequels, but the first one, you can get me to watch that one again.
Yeah. Maybe Last Flight of the Osiris. That was pretty good too.
Dude, I like that one too.
It's a bummer, but it's really good. Oh shit, we made it. They're coming. We're dead.
Yep. Well, dude.
Well dead. Y'all gonna be dead too. Just wait for it.
Everybody dies.
So, but yeah, Crace being upgraded in this season, I liked that. They did a really good job with him. Because you got to see him sporadically in season 2, but not quite enough. Not compared to season 1, and then certainly not compared to season 3 here so far. I would like to see a little less fuss between he and John at this point.
That basically stops about where we stopped in this season.
Okay, good, because like they
exhausted that. I do agree with you on that.
Like if Crace is the one that had the beef, so if Crace has gotten past that, John's got really no reason to fucking have it out for Crace like he does for Scorpius. Scorpius tortured John, so John wants it out for Scorpius. You know, so there's different like plot motivators there. So
yeah, I want to say by the time he got to episode 10 of this season, the relativity episode, that's about where the time where John is basically like, you know what? I don't like you. You don't like me, but we got to get past this, and we got to get past it now or we're all dead.
Yeah.
And he uses him as bait. He uses Grace as bait, which is super freaking funny. And Grace is just totally into it too. But then after that, he's like, I was just using you as bait. I wasn't going to let you just die. And in that moment, I think that's that one moment for both of them where it's like, you know what? We're okay now. I used you. You used me. All right. We're cool. We're good now.
Yeah.
Because then now they start to build upon the trust. And going forward, this second half will blatantly show you how decent of a character like Crace really is. It's like they turned like a pretty plain villain from the first season into this complex character on a redemption arc of all things. And
yeah.
Where we go with Crace after this is fan-fucking-tastic. I'm sorry, pardon my language. It's fucking awesome.
But you know what? Honestly, like when you compare him to Scorpius, yes, I could see Crace being more tame. But before we had seen Scorpius or any of the any of the whatever the hell they are, the big lizard fuckers. Uh,
Scarens.
Scarens, yes. Before we'd seen them, Crace was scary. He was a scary commander, captain. He was formidable. He was brilliant. There was really nothing to not fear about him. He was feared by his peers. He was feared by Aaron. So, he worked out pretty well as far as a villain. But then you see Scorpius come in, and then holy shit, it's like and he's afraid of Scorpius, and that really sold it too.
Bull in a china shop,
Scorpius is just fucking cool.
Well, you were mentioning this privately in our chats earlier. Like, this is why this now makes me look at the TV guide cover of Scorpius and be like, this is awesome.
Well, yeah, because one of the things that I always wondered about this show is who the fuck is that guy? Like,
and the BDSM leather and everything.
Well, it was always Chiana's boobs. She's cute.
Chiana.
Chiana's cute. I can't help it. I had to think.
I know. I'm a sucker for Chiana too.
And then Scorpius just looked so fucking cool. So, like you said, he's got the leather outfit on, the gimp outfit,
which is actually his cooling suit. Everybody, it's just how it looks.
Cooling suit.
Cooling.
Cooling. Yes. I was like,
you want him to coo on you, don't you?
Cool. I go out with the pigeons in this suit. Now fuck off.
Release the pigeons. Who let the pigeons loose?
People are like logging off.
Bye.
But he was a different kind of villain. He was a monster.
Yeah.
Both figuratively and literally. And by the time we get to the last episode that we see, the his flashback episodes or his origin, yeah, that's where I'd said I always wanted to know who the fuck that guy was and what his story was. And up until this point, we didn't know, like, no idea who he was other than created by the Scarens. Now they've given him a bit more of a sympathetic background.
Oh yeah, on that 11th episode.
Yeah. And I don't know how that's going to play out for the rest of his character arc, because it's like, okay, now you see a little bit of humanity and necessity in him, or rationale. It's not all just complete madness and power. So
trying to appeal to his inner Crichton.
Yeah. So that is inner Crichton. It was a good episode, and it could have been filler. It really could have been considered filler, but it was absolutely not. It was totally amazing. And
good backstory episode, everybody.
Yeah, and it really brought me back to seeing that episode or that issue of TV Guide and saying, who the fuck is this guy? Because he looked way nuttier than anything you'd seen on Star Trek before, like crazier than the Borg. The Borg looked cool, but like mostly they were like little lights, some lasers and smoke and holograms. Fucking holograms, y'all.
Yeah, you don't really get too much of that kind of crap on this show.
No. Let me rephrase that. Hologram stickers like you'd see on toys.
All shiny and pastel-y colors.
Uh-huh.
We'll save that for the Star Trek, everybody.
Yeah, you don't see that in any Henson stuff. Like their work is phenomenal. You see something like the Scarens, and you assume it's real because it's so goddamn lifelike. Every part of it moves as if it were real.
Told you they got better with the effects for the Scarens.
Yeah, that first one, like in that,
the first one was kind of rough, man. To be fair,
I'm like, I don't really like him. He's stupid.
It looks kind of bad. And then in this, by the end of season like 2 into 3 here, and then 3 going forward, it's like, oh damn, they dialed this in.
they made them look. They pulled that head back a lot by like a foot, that because his head used to
Smart.
stick out like a rat, and pulling that back and making it look more reptilian helped. And when I say looking more reptilian, they made them look like the Goombas almost from Super Mario Brothers, the original movie.
Oh God, 94.
Yeah, or the Gremlin George from Gremlins 2, where they had the big lips and dark eyes and constantly moving their lips like this.
What'd you call me? No, I'm kidding.
George. So they definitely got better, and the articulation in the face and the eyes were just dope as hell.
Yeah.
And then the makeup that they used for Scorpius without his suit on, it looked like Jason Voorhees. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they made him very grotesque because he's a hybrid peacekeeper / Scarin. So, and they make you believe like the father is peacekeeper and it's the other way around.
Yeah, I didn't doubt that for a second. Like, you knew that's the way it was going to be. Like, there was some assault happening.
Yep, there's some definite SA.
Yeah,
on.
so he has
Starfleet
that,
Academy, everybody. Yep, I called it out
Starfleet Academy.
right here.
Yep, ban us for that, YouTube.
Yeah, gay Klingons.
Round your anus.
Well, rim job that.
You clean your shorts. And I'm sitting there staring at this fucking cookies and cream yoo-hoo, and
Ugh, no,
I'd rather have the rim job.
you don't need a straw for that.
Belchers and Son. We should have a bingo card for things that we're going to say on our shows that like people wouldn't
I'm
suspect,
thinking of
like,
this actually.
like felching. When are we going to talk about felching? We'll probably talk about that on family night for sure. Like,
And every time somebody makes a reference to something, yeah, well, I'm working on a bingo card right now, everybody. So you get a bingo, we'll have you send it in to us so we can verify, and maybe there'll be a nice little giveaway for that.
yeah. And we're going to be showing a little bit of titty tomorrow night. So definitely join us for that.
Woohoo! Is it going to be a little nipply up in here, Kevin?
In fact, yes. Yes, it will. And it can't get us blocked, but we got the boobies.
Got the boobas.
Yep.
Probably not sponsored by Sydney Sweeney's Lingerie Company, sir.
Ah, CERN.
You guys cracked me up last week. I know, it was funny.
It's so stupid. No, it's Siren. Oh, it says CERN.
That's what I took out of that.
It's my autism. I can't help it.
That was funny, though.
CERN.
Sorry.
Anyways, I'm gonna get caught up on CERN. I gotta stop. All right, reel me back into Farscape. We left off on
I was talking about some character stuff. And
Yeah.
Scorpy.
And Scorpius's mom went mad, and her body did not handle giving birth to him. So the last thing that the Scaran said to him that like totally made him decide to go nuts was, "You killed your mother."
Uh-huh.
And that's where he decided he wanted revenge upon them. And he made this really neat comment to the peacekeepers where they said, "Why are you here?" And he says, "I want to find out who I was supposed to be." And I was like, interesting. So he wanted to know whether or not he was supposed to be a monster or whether or not he was supposed to be a man. And he realized he was supposed to be a man, and a monster took that from his mother. and he vowed revenge, and that's pretty fucking cool. But it leaves me thinking, golly, if he would have just explained that shit from the very beginning to John would have been like, maybe we could help you. But no. Now we've got to build animosity and torture and guilt.
Find a common ground.
Yeah. Dumpster diving.
Dumpster dunking.
That was cool. I've been wanting to see that scene since you put that up there on like what, a year ago, 2 years ago. And it just
For the new intro. Yeah.
I always dug that. I just thought it was cool as hell. It's like, God, that is such a Crichton thing, because he's always got to like bring in modern pop culture into outer space and make himself be cool, because he's saying shit that nobody has any idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Welcome to the USS Butt Crack.
Yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Or calling fucking Rigel Buckwheat Spanky.
We're not doing Star Wars speak. We're doing Star Trek. 1 blink yes, 2 blinks no. Yes, these are lines from the show, everybody. There's a lot of pop culture references, and it works. Because nobody understands it but the audience.
Yeah, because, the rest of the show is all from the Outer Rims. John and the audience are from Earth. Like you are John. You are along with John spiritually. And so you get his jokes. You feel bad for him because nobody else gets what you just got. That was supposed to be epic and cool, but everyone's just looking at him like, what's an oh hell yeah? Is that like a fruit? I mean, that's not really what happened, but just for example.
When he does the Three Stooges reference, everybody's just like, who that? What the fuck is this guy on?
Especially Dargo. Dargo just kind of like, all right, I have no idea what that means, but I know it means something to you, so that's just we'll just take
the looks on all their faces just sells the whole thing.
His relationship with Dargo in this season is just magical. It
gets
really
even
is
better.
like they're brothers at this point, and it's so fucking funny.
Oh yes. Especially with what happens with Dargo and what he's dealing with, and then like John's just trying to like give him space and then trying to help him along, and then they have their own bickering contest, and it ends up playing out well.
Yeah. I've been pretty happy with it. It's not been one of those frustrating situations like, will they just play the sappy song where they learn to be friends again? No, it's nothing like that.
No, that's not how this show goes.
No. This show's pretty goddamn lifelike, and when I say lifelike, nothing goes according to plan. And they comment on that, like, we've got a horrible track record of like success. We have a terrible reputation, and we exceed that reputation.
Yep.
And they really own it. It's fucking funny all at the same time. Like, yeah, the crew of Firefly was pretty ragtag and whatnot, but this crew's even more messed up, I think.
Yes. Everybody's basically out for themselves for the most part.
Yeah.
Especially Rigel. You will see this time and time and time and time again.
I'd say this is probably the worst we've seen him ever in this season. Like,
oh, you need to buckle up then.
Oh shit. He hasn't learned anything yet, has he?
By the end of season 4, you'll feel like, okay, now he's a little more in control.
Interesting.
Some things happen, and then the miniseries does a great job with the wrap up on that. So
cool. Well, he is a little twat sucker, so but he's been getting opportunities to have emotional ties to other crew members, like Pilot. Start telling him, oh yeah, Pilot always liked you. And that's not true at all, but it made Rigel feel good, and that's what he needed to hear at the time.
And Pilot's like, what the hell are you doing here? Oh my God, leave me alone.
Yeah, right. But it made him want to be better to Pilot, and it worked out better for Rigel.
Yes,
I don't know if they'll keep doing shit like that, but probably not.
Yeah.
Anyways, should we do breakdown?
Yeah, let's do some episodes. So,
All right.
Episode 1, Season of Death. Dargo and Stark try to heal John, left with his head open on an operating table while Scorpius attempts to avoid discovery. Zan makes a great personal sacrifice while Jothi and Chiana commit an indiscretion. The first of many, actually. So, yeah, this is where Jothi and Chiana kind of hook up, and much to Dargo's chagrin, John lives. Aaron is brought back to life by Zan. Scorpius is running rampant around the medical base. It's a crazy ass episode, and I like it because of the twist at the end where they convince the pilot to make a dash for the carrier, and they are still at the base waiting to see if the pilot could actually make it to this ship in time, and he could not.
That was funny.
That was a good one. I appreciated that. When it first aired, I was like, that's awesome. And I knew I was like totally hooked at that. I was totally hooked on the show at that point anyway. But
I just love how like careless Scorpius was. Like, it appears that his confidence was stronger than his skills. Like, dumbass.
he
Thank
thought
God
he was the highest rated pilot in the universe, man.
Yeah, like thank God we didn't fly with him.
Yep, we all would have been dead. And so we were led to believe that Scorpius was dead for quite a while.
Yeah. But we'd get to see him inside of John's mind, which was nice. Fun.
Harvey.
Yeah, it was even fun is a good way to put it, because he's almost got that version of Scorpius. He's got Harvey on a leash really tight, and he's able to extract information out of him if he knows the right questions to ask.
Right. Scorpius, he's called Harvey in his mind. So whenever John needs him or thinks he might need a little assistance, Harvey appears and starts to interject himself. But John is in control, but he's still an annoying little buzz in the ear.
I like him, but that's just me. Oh, and the fact he keeps telling John to kill himself.
Oh yeah, and he'll never stop doing that. He's doing that until the final time you see Harvey. So
that's cool. There's no reason for you to live. Just kill yourself.
Just kill yourself, John. Just
Do
kill
it.
yourself.
Just do it for both of us. It was funny. The humor in this season is intentional, but it's ironic humor. A little darker this season than before.
Yep.
Which, whatever. They're getting more serious, and that's okay. It's not.
So when the really serious moments happen, they have a lot more impact. And when the lighter moments happen, it allows you a chance to breathe.
Yes. Which there's some breathing, but not a whole lot. Sometimes heavy panting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're still on episode 1. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Louder last night, John.
It sounded like he was exerting himself. What sort of a man is he?
Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. But no, this is a good comeback to a season premiere and finishing off the conclusion and cliffhanger from season 2, and it gets rolling like nobody's business. So good action, good dialogue, good character developments going on between John, Aaron, basically the entire cast, and sets off the show off and running on its new trajectory. And you can almost kind of feel like they definitely knew Zan at this point was kind of on her way out because they set this up almost
Yeah.
immediately, and it takes a few episodes before she is no longer with the show.
Yeah, we talked about it before we began. That was really, really bothersome to me. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, and so for everybody out there who hasn't seen the show, sorry about spoilers, but the show has been out here for like 25 years.
Yeah, sorry.
But Zan, Virginia Hay, does leave the show this year due to health concerns. She was having problems with the full body makeup. You've heard this from other actors before who have this amount of makeup on them. It doesn't always jive well with them. And, you know, so there's some health concerns with the makeup, the hair, the bald head all the time. There was things they could have done, but ultimately it was better for her to leave the show. She was looking for more part-time role on the show. Didn't really work out. So they wrote her off in a grand epic way, but she does come back one or two more times in the show. So she's not completely gone, but for all intents and purposes, Zan leaves the show as a full-time character here. Not in this episode. We're getting to that, but
Yeah.
I think they gave her an awesome ending. She sacrificed herself for everybody, but it also felt like they just undid a whole lot of work that they did in season 2 to set her up as the protector of Moya.
Yeah. And it's they had set that up really well. Really, really well. But in doing so, I think that's what made this hurt all the more, because Moya felt the loss too. And they could have gone into that a little bit more as far as Moya not feeling her as often and her being cranky. They could have done something like that. Or them not being able to understand the emotions as well. Pilot being fussy. I don't know. I'm just still pissed that they killed her. But anyway, back to episode 1, 2, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, Season of Death is a very solid opening to the season. And then we get into Sons and Lovers. Moya docks at a commerce station so the crew can spend some money. Some of the money they acquired from the Shadow Depository. Disaster strikes, however, when the station is hit by a storm. And in this one, it's actually a storm that keeps hitting the various stations around the area for various different reasons and different ways of attack. And so this is now the third station under attack. And it's this is kind of an interesting episode. It feels like John and Aaron are finally about ready to start hooking up, so to speak. And Aaron is definitely back from the dead. And she frankly admits to John, like, we could have sex now. It'll relieve the tension amongst us. It's like, okay, this escalated quickly.
Yeah, and then he doesn't want to give her the time of day, or not the time of day. He doesn't want to give her the satisfaction without emotion. It's like, no. We're not just doing this. We're doing this because you love me.
And I love you.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to admit that.
Yep. But soon enough, they absolutely will. But she's still got the military strategic mind going on, just being like, well, some soldiers would do this just to relieve the tension. And she's like taunting him, and he's kind of hovering over her. It's like, all she's got to do is wiggle that booty a little bit more, and she would have him begging for more. She would for me.
It feels
Just
good. It feels nice.
But no, this is a pretty fun episode. There's some good puppetry work in effect here. Some great special visual effects going on with the storm attacking everybody and then blowing up the stupid cult chick in this one because they shutter her out with a door. I'm like, that was awesome. So there's some cool moments in this one. Mostly you watch this one for the evolution of the character arcs with John and Aaron, really. Otherwise, it's pretty much a bottle episode.
Yeah, and then you I think at the very end you start to get that clue that Zan is physically ill.
Yeah, they actually reveal like what's happening to her physically.
Yeah. Like they told you that she was going to be mentally ill, or she was going to be something after she brought Aaron back. But now, by the end of this episode, now you're physically starting to see it, and you're like, oh.
Yep, no bueno. Like, it's actually pretty gnarly. And the whole idea is they're trying to get her to a planet so she can become one with nature once more and heal herself up. But they got to find the right planet to do that with, and they have yet to do that at this point. But they are looking.
Yeah. As Swamp Thing would say, they need to get into the green.
Yep.
Choose to get into the green.
Become one with Gaia once more. I got a War reference, everybody. Sorry, I can't help it.
I dig it. Now I want to go play.
Hey, back then, that's what I was playing in the meantime, was God of War at this point, because this was 2001.
Nice. Oh, shit. Golly. I didn't even have TV at that point. But I saw the TV guide covers in the store.
There you go. I think I saw them too. I want to say I had them at one point. I don't know what happened to them. I'm not even going to blame my ex for that one. So I don't even know. I might have just seen them and I never owned them. I honestly don't remember. But I own the illustration companion guides for the show.
Nice.
Those are over there along with the comic books. But let's see if there's anything else about this. Oh, this is Chiana and Jothi and the Great Betrayal. This is where Dargo actually finds out that they've been screwing around, and Jothi then departs the ship. He gone, bitch.
That was gross.
That was disgusting. It's like something you find on the hub, you know. It's like that my dad's girlfriend or whatever that stuff's called, you know.
Yeah. It was very much the hub. And that was, I mean, we'll get into it, but that was her master plan, and you're just kind of like, they could have probably written that better, but go you.
Like, it was a choice, and a lot of people, well, the way they did their show was none of these characters always made the smartest decisions. They always did what they thought was a smart decision that ended up proving to be a disgusting and terrible decision.
Yeah. Yeah, all these characters are quite fallible. Quite fallible. John's not a superhero. Dargo's not a fucking Klingon warrior. Like, he's got faults and stuff.
Yeah. Zan, Stark, Aaron, like, they all have their problems. They're all different problems, but they all have their own set of issues. And Chiana, even to her point, was like, you were giving me a life I didn't want, so I had to do the thing that would hurt you the most. I didn't know how to say no to you otherwise. And it's like, a lot of people can relate to that. I can relate to that. It's like, not what she did, but having that happen to you. Like, I felt like Dargo in that moment. Like, that's happened to me before. Like, you could have just said you didn't like me anymore. What the fuck is wrong with you? And just leave.
Kinda, yeah.
So it's a relatable thing. And ultimately, Chiana pays for this for a long time. And her character does evolve from this. And after it never fucking happens again. She doesn't hook up with anybody ever again. She's always constantly being like, I fucked up to Dargo. And, you know, all the way to the bitter end of the show, she's like that. And she's always paying for it. And she's always keeping that in mind. And it does drive her decisions to be a better person and not make that same mistake ever again.
Wow. That's kind of
her and Dargo don't ever rehook up, but she does restore the trust between the two as at least friends.
That's cool. That's at least important, because like they do get along to a point that we've seen so far, but Dargo is certainly not happy about having to do it.
Right. He's like, I'll do it because I have to, not because I want to.
Yeah. So, Pip done messed up.
Yep. Dargo walking around drunk half this episode and ultimately still saving everybody's ass was super funny, though.
Yeah, I'm not saving anybody. I'm gonna go outside and die by myself.
And 10 minutes later, okay, yeah, I'm saving everybody. John, what the hell you doing? Get your ass back over here. All right, we're going back in this ship. We just saved everybody. Sounds like you and me trying to save a ship or something.
Kinda. Fuck it. Do it yourself.
Fine, I will.
Can't do it himself. I'll go back and do it anyway. But I'm gonna bitch and complain about having to do it.
Yeah. Good episode, I thought. So it's a good follow-up to the season opener.
Yeah.
Let's see. Episode 3, Self-Inflicted Wounds, Part 1. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Moya approaches a wormhole and gets pulled in and fused to another ship. This is the beginning of the end for Zan here. This is basically, this and the next episode are two-parters, and this is where the show starts to incorporate the 2- and 3-part episodes here and there throughout the show for the rest of the existence of it as a TV show. And some of the things I like about this one are I like the idea of the wormhole incident and the ships colliding together and being stuck together. And some of the alien creatures and everything, like there's a whole lot of invasive and attacking going on and some duplicitous natures on both sides. So you don't really know what's going on until the second episode, but you kind of get a feel for what's happening. And ultimately, I think it's a pretty fun episode. And let's see, what else do I write here? Oh, and Dargo knocking out like Jewel, being like, we don't need this chick. Tie her up and get her out of the way because we're dealing with enough crap on this ship. So I think Dargo won this episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, like everybody's basically like stepping over Jewel, walking around her, not like shoving her aside. Nobody wants her on the ship. She's
All she
just
does
in
is
the way.
scream.
Yeah, and like she would be the lame ass action figure that would be on the clearance section. Is who Jewel is at this point. It's pretty funny, and they write her intentionally that way. It's not like she's coming off that way. She's written that way. She's supposed to be lame. Her lame ass scream that's annoying is supposed to be annoying to everybody. It's not just you. Like you are experiencing what everybody experiences, and they eventually use that annoying scream to their benefit several times going forward.
Yep.
You know,
and you'll see that throughout the rest of the show too. Like her character becomes a little bit more useful and a little more important to the crew. And so you end up having to just deal with her. This almost feels like the initiation run for Jewel, just for these few episodes. And then she settles in, and I think she fits the crew very well.
Yeah. Yeah, once she figures herself out, she's doing pretty well, I think.
I would say so. What else did I write here?
Things, stuff.
I can't read my handwriting.
Dirty words. There's a picture of a penis there.
What the fuck is Kevin talking about here? Okay, yeah, I follow my notes.
Aha.
Oh, Kevin Glory Hall at 4:30. Okay, gotcha, Kevin.
Well, I'm busy at 4:20.
Oh wait, wrong show. Sorry.
I'm busy at 4:20. Everyone knows that.
Of course we do,
sir.
But at least with the next episode, part 2, there is a resolution to the story. The crew work out a way of getting free from the other ship and out of the wormhole. They basically tell the other aliens, go screw yourselves. We're checking out on this because they found them to be completely screwing around. And because they're starting to sabotage like Moya, and Crichton gets his Three Stooges like little reference to Earth. So he's like, oh, we're on the right track. We're on the right track. We got to figure out my way home. Unfortunately, Zan sacrifices herself to save everybody in the ship, and so we get a very emotional goodbye to Virginia Hay as Zan on the show.
It was emotional to begin with. Her body actions and her face was so serene, but Stark sold it. Stark made it painful.
The woman he loved.
Oh, him just feeling it and feeling helpless and being away. Oh God, it just tore at you, and you're like, "Fuck, I don't even like him. I want to give him a hug."
I know, it's like, man, I want to take that bro out for some drinks right now.
Right? Let me take that thing off your face and make you feel better.
Yeah. He'll do that soon enough, and we'll do a Back to the Future style reference episode.
That was cool.
But yeah, as a whole, these two episodes are pretty solid together. I think they do a very good job of giving Zan a epic write-off and giving a couple of bottle episodes to tell a really good story of all the characters. So
Yeah. And the
and
makeup,
Dargo's got a brand new toy. He's got his new ship. And I think even Creighton made a mention like, this is a good time to have a midlife crisis right now.
they have a great relationship.
Yeah. Well, and it's a cool little ship, and it is a Dargo. It's his race's. It's one of his ancestors' ships, so it is tuned to his DNA. A little slight spoiler alert: it is a Luxon ship. So there's something more to this ship going on that you'll get to see.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. I actually really like the design on the ship. It's too bad they never made any models or anything on it. I like I'm a geeky space nerd. I like my spaceships, and so I got a few around here.
A few.
Battlestar Galactica, I got Stargate, I got some Enterprise, I got a little bit Expanse, I got the Rocinante up here. So
Nerd.
well, I do have a Talon ship I got years ago that I need to paint still.
Neat.
So, just got to get around to it.
I dig it. Nah, shit. I used to build Star Trek ships, so it's all good.
Oh, there you go.
I used to love building models.
You ever miss doing that?
Sometimes, yeah. There's one of the '89 Batmobile that I've been staring at for like months. Like, I never did build that. But I'd mostly build like Raptors, like the F-22, the F-18, the Apache.
Oh,
was my favorite thing to build. What else? The Cobra. Cobra was also fun. So, but I loved building the Enterprise. Enterprise D was my favorite.
The Enterprise D is a good one.
Yeah.
I like the NX-01, but the D is my favorite. I think, what is the one in the final episode? Is that the E?
That's the E, yeah. I like that one too.
Fantastic, badass looking Enterprise. My God.
Yeah. It was cool.
I remember when that first aired. Short story aside, really quick. Like when that first aired, me and my buddies after that episode aired were like, "That was like freaking awesome! That ship with the quad nacelles, that was awesome!" With total beast mode.
Yeah, Riker kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah, I was a big Riker fan back then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when he took command of that ship and was like, "Now you get to see what I can do," that was cool.
Yeah.
You'll wish the captain was here.
Yes, you will.
All right. Anyway.
All right. Episode 5. Different Destinations. Stark accidentally sends himself, Crichton, Aaron, Dargo, and Jewel back in time, where they alter the timeline and are forced to interfere further to restore it. And man, this is Back to the Future, but fucked up. Because the ending is what seals this one for me. Otherwise, I feel like the episode's kind of boring, to be honest with you.
Yes.
But the ending just seals the deal and actually makes this an awesome episode because they fuck everything up so bad. When they get back, everybody dead, and not the way it originally was when this episode started. So it's okay, you go back in time, don't interfere. Oh wait, you interfered. You keep trying to fix it, and you just made it 10 times fucking worse.
Yeah. To the point where it got as bad as you could possibly think, because you gave your word for something, just didn't happen. And John basically lets these people die with false hope that everything's going to be okay, that he's going to be back or they'll be saved, and they just aren't.
They'll be okay because the soldiers are not there anymore. Well, no. Where's Crichton? Where's Crichton? Oh, wait, we're going to rape, pillage, and kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that was fucked up.
And so when they get back, they're like, they do a scan and they figure it out, but John doesn't really need to. He just kind of knows. And he's just sitting there staring at the sand, and you're like, oh my feel.
He's totally devastated.
Yeah. And it's a hard watch, but it was so well done. So well done. Like,
yeah.
Is this a filler episode? Yeah, kind of it is. But it still made you feel something really hard. And that is one thing I will absolutely tip my hat to this episode or this season. They hit you in the feels multiple times this season.
And not in episodes you expect them to hit you in.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, fuck, all right, you guys, that's kind of enough. Like, give me a giggle here and there.
Yep, like lighten it up a little bit. I remember when this first aired, and everybody on like the bulletin boards at the time. Yes, I was around for the bulletin boards when the show was airing. Everybody was just like, that is messed up with the ending. Like most of the people felt like it was a good episode. Others felt like me, it was a little boring until the last like 5 minutes, and it's like, oh, that's fucked up, man. So twisted. And it spun it around. There's not a bad episode this season at all. I can already tell you that now.
Yeah, no, I've not been bored at all.
Yeah. But very enjoyable. I like the idea of Stark freaking out and being looking all over the place in a VR helmet of sorts for the rift to send everybody back to the present.
Fucking Dargo trying to throw throw Joel through it.
That was funny. She hit the wall first. Whoop, I think I missed it.
Be more specific. Oh, right there.
And then she goes through.
It was awesome.
I like the special effects too, because they kept showing how the planet was evolving throughout the episode, and then it flipped and vanished, and then it came back.
Yeah, right. Like first there was life here, then there wasn't life here, then it was all wiped out, then it wasn't completely wiped out, then there was nuclear reactions. You're like, God damn.
Yeah, that was some crazy stuff going on.
But it was cool. The leader of the nurses, my God, I just wanted to feed her to the horde anyway. Like, she was dumb. Her kid died because she was dumb.
Yeah, well, she's also the one who shot the general.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, yeah, she shot the general. But what they really got mad about was not him being shot, but him being dressed in women's clothes. That's what they took offense to more than anything. I'm like, wait, what? I don't remember this part. I was dying laughing when I was watching this.
But to put him in your own women's clothing.
You have offended us greatly, and you will now suffer the worst pain imaginable.
Yeah, and like these two cat guys can't fucking control these fucking mindless beasts unless they're sated.
Yep.
And they're only sated by blood and booty. Sometimes
Blood and
both
booty.
at the
That
same
checks.
time. Ew. Now I smell sex and candy stuck in my head.
I smell sex and candy.
Buttholes. Yeah.
Here. Who's that lounging in my chair?
Smell their butthole hair. Because it's got to be related to that. Anyway, yeah.
Twisted Bottle episode, everybody. But the way it goes. All right. Episode 6. Eat me. Yes, you can eat me, Kevin. In need of supplies, Crichton lands his transport pod on a dying Leviathan, which is full of hungry cannibals, and a scientist who has the ability to create. This is where I take exception to synopses. He does not create clones. He twins them. Both original and identical at the same time. It's not exactly the same as cloning. They actually do this on purpose to delineate from being a typical clone.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like a Xerox machine. You do it too many times, and then it becomes cloning, and then it becomes the diminishing returns on every copy you make.
Yeah, they're dumb. They're physically inept. Inbred almost. It's
just ask Dargo how that was going. Gianna, let me go. And she's like, oh yeah, sure, let me go get the key over here. You sure you don't want me to come back later? And he's getting pleasured. And he's just like, please make her stop, please make her stop. And I think she finishes him off in less than 38 seconds. Because poor Anthony Simcoe is probably like, do I really got to do this scene like this? Damn it.
He had so much fun, dude.
Well, he was doing what most guys are doing in that situation. Like, I don't want this, but oh God, it's happening.
What am I gonna do?
He's even doing the O face, like, oh. Of all the things to take away from an episode, it's Dargo getting a blowjob.
Yeah. By a wild child. A Yahoo from fucking Gulliver's Travels, basically.
And Chiana was watching.
Yeah, and didn't kill it.
Yep.
Or did she later?
No, she didn't kill it.
No.
Although they blew up the Leviathan later, so yeah, ultimately they ended up dying.
That part was cool. Oh yeah, because that had all the peacekeepers on it that had been twinned several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the twinning thing, I didn't really care for that so much. It was dumb. That's the word I was thinking of. And it plays out long, but I guess it works out okay for the way that the story's going. Like now John's able to have two different adventures at the same time.
Correct. Now they could split the crews apart, keep them away from each other just for a tick to deal with one storyline and then get back to the main storyline.
Right. And you're sitting there and they're still asking themselves which one of me is real and which one of me is not. And the answer is yes.
Just rock, paper, scissors with yourself for a while.
That was fucked up.
They kept doing the same damn thing.
And Dargo's just sitting there watching, fascinated, because they keep doing it for hours. But it makes you wonder throughout the rest of what we watched so far, which one of the Johns is going to get nixed, if any. Which one's going to die? Because my assumption is one of them is going to die or has to die. And my guess is going to be the one that slept with Aaron is going to be the one that dies. Or does one get to go home and one get to stay with the crew?
You will get your answer pretty quick in the second half.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm figuring
not super early, but kind of in the middle part.
All right. I'm figuring it's the first. Hoping anyway.
That's one thing I'm not going to spoil Kevin on.
I respect that. Because it's like if there's no more boundary between he and Aaron, there's no more tension there.
Yep.
And so that's the dynamic of the show that's now gone. So if they kill him, that dynamic of the show is now returned and they can go back to writing it the way that they had before. And that's the laziest form of writing, and that's TV, so that's the way that they're going to do it. Damn, I'm good. And I just said that on a recording, so everyone can be like, he's fucking wrong.
You'll see. The way they end up handling all of it, I think is done very well. You say lazy, depending on who dies, who doesn't die, who gets written off, who goes off where. How they handle it is very good, and how they deal with ramifications from that is exceedingly well done. The problem is season 4. This is getting ahead just a tick. They constructed season 4 with the idea that season 5 was happening. And so when they got nixed on season 5 at the last minute, they had to redo the ending of season 4 a little bit. They had a chance to tweak it just a tad. So they had to adjust mid story because they went from, they were doing season 1, season 2, season 3. Once they hit season 4, they knew they were getting a season 5, so they set up season 4 as if they were planning for season 5, which then got promptly killed. And when we get into season 4, when we get on to the final episodes, I will be bringing up an old website and breakdown of what actually happened to Farscape, which people like to have revisionist history about. I was there. I was part of the Save Farscape campaign to save the show that nearly got saved. Nearly. Ben Browder was on CNN. Nearly got the show saved. What ended up happening in truth? We will get to that and put people back in their place on what they feel didn't happen. We're going to talk about what actually happened because it was documented very well. It's kind of fucked up what happened to Farscape, but we get a miniseries wrapped up.
Are we going to get to shame a motherfucker?
Yes, we are.
Is it the broad from NBC that I didn't like?
Bonnie? No, it was something else.
Oh, okay.
Long story short, I'll give a little Cliff Notes version of this. This won't take too long. Basically, somebody made a comment in a production staff to one of the 3 or 4 production companies. There was a German production company. They took a certain memo to be like, oh, you don't want to do the show anymore? Okay, we're going to exercise our out clause. And that led to the cancellation. They misunderstood something and it just completely went off the rails. It was like somebody knocked down the first domino and it got it canceled.
Oh, shit.
It was fucked up.
Somebody woke up and made a decision to do something stupid that day.
But people like to just be like, oh, the ratings are bad. It was too expensive. That's not what happened with Farscape.
Yeah, no, dude. They fucking...
Because it was only supposed to have one more season and it was going to be done.
That's so dumb.
Yep. Just saying.
Well, I mean, that's not dumb. The fact that they had that plan and just said, well, no, fuck it, no.
Yep.
Let it finish. It's the last fucking one. Just let it finish itself out, you horrible pieces of shit.
Yeah, it was too late.
Anyway. Sci-Fi Channel.
Shit. But we get to shit on somebody when we get to that. Or a few people who like to not remember things how they went down. Oh,
I am down.
But the next episode is basically another way of me for saying thank you for sharing, everybody. It's thanks for sharing. Moya rendezvous with Talon, who is seriously damaged. They hide in the atmosphere of a planet to prevent peacekeepers from finding them. Dargo and Rigel go down to the planet to find Chromexin, a drug that will help Talon recover. And this is one of my kind of favorite episodes because it's got the lobster you throw on a head. Smack my heart, cross me dead, smack a lobster on my head. I love that. I really like this one because it starts to set up the reemergence of Aaron's mother, who's stalking them and trying to track everybody down to reclaim the Talon ship, and also Commander Christ, that we will find out in another episode. So it's a bit of a doozy. Yeah, Aaron's mom does not have it going on. She's got a hard on for capturing everybody and throwing them back in prison. So
Yeah,
it's a doozy, man.
I like it, but at the same time, like, they went out of character for her. Like,
In what way?
well, from the scene where she's waking up Aaron, telling her that she was born out of love and that she's special and she wanted happiness for her, like, to,
And you know how fucked up that is in a couple episodes.
yeah, to, I'm gonna fucking kill you and all your friends and take your ship and whatever else. You're just kind of like, whoa. So she changed a bit. She got savage there.
She got re-educated or brainwashed.
Yes, best way to put that is she was re-educated, starting with killing Talon, the dad.
Yeah,
which she volunteered to do. But gosh, that was strict. And she was totally cool with it and wanted nothing to do with her daughter other than to kill her. Like, that was her focus at that point. And you're just kind of like, I don't get it, but all right. I mean, I get it. I do, but I don't at the same time.
it's kind of odd. I get that.
It's a choice, but I understand what they were trying to do, and it did come off really well. It ends really well with with them needing to escape. I just lost my train of thought, and it's not even 0 Point Night.
It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, with them trying to escape, they got the bad stuff put in Moya. I lost my train of thought. Where did I leave off?
Oh, you're just
Rambling about nothing?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Grace and Talon are kind of interesting in this one. You're starting to figure out like something weird's going on with these two. Like what? Because clearly Grace is trying to convince Aaron to stay with the ship and please don't go. We really need you around here. And in the next episode, you end up finding out what's really going on with Grace because Talon's starting to play these games with Crichton, like hiding his gun, and like things just seem to be kind of moving all over the place. They're messing with his stuff. He's getting to see like weird like videos on screens and things like that. I know I'm jumping to the next episode, but like this episode starts to really tee up like something weird's going on with Grace and Talon here, even though they got their ass beat by basically Aaron's mom's ship, and they're trying to recover.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Aaron's mom. She's just different. She was a choice.
Aaron's mom does not have it going on. I'd rather have Stacy's mom.
And she has the burns. Like, I don't want anyone to feel bad about themselves or sound ableist, but they burned her up pretty bad.
You just want to put a bag over her head. You'll be all right.
Smash it into the pillow.
Yep. What's up?
Butts up.
No, I think they set up the mom pretty decently, and it's a bit of a small arc in this season. It doesn't carry forward into the next season too much, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
No,
But
and it.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say it sets up a bit more of that painful evolution. This time for Aaron. Aaron's got to shed the last of who she was, the last of being a peacekeeper, and her mom is the last part of that. And golly, was that hard to watch. Cool, but hard to watch.
Yeah.
For Aaron's performance, that was really good.
Yeah, Claudia Black was showing some really good depth and range in this episode.
Mm-hmm. And just the dynamic in these two episodes here between her, John, and Grace were just really, really good. And I guess you should throw Talon into that too, like you said, because Talon's been fucking with John, taking Wanda, locking him outside of the airlock, trying to kill him because he feels that John is a threat to Aaron.
Yep. And that's basic. A lot of what we're talking about happens in Green-Eyed Monster, where basically Talon is swallowed up like by a budong. We'll just go into this episode already. And Stark and Rigel are on their own little transport pod outside, and they got to play like a little cat and mouse game with the giant budong. It was cool to see a live action one. In the previous season, you had seen a dead one that they were mining with for Chiana, and she had mined on one before, so it was fun to actually see an actual live one just kind of surfing and riding through the rings of like Saturn or something. It was pretty rad to see that. But a lot of this stuff happens in that because they get trapped inside the budong with Talon, and they're trying to find a way out, trying to not die, and all of a sudden guns are missing. Videos of Aaron riding Captain Grace are bound, and a whole lot of secrecy happening, and you end up finding out Talon has been torturing Grace, basically due to it between their neural link. It's having a bad feedback on Grace, and so Grace really needs like Aaron to help out and alleviate some of the strain on himself, or he's just going to end up dying.
Yeah, because he's Talon is basically spoiled and wants to do what he wants to do.
Yep.
And when Grace tries to I don't want to say educate him or discipline him, but when he tries to tell him what to do, he lashes out in anger. Talon will lash out back in anger at Grace for trying to control him, and it comes out to be looking like lesions and electronic pus and goo. Yep. And it's tearing him up.
That's gnarly, dude.
Yeah, and that's Talon's way of sending the anger back at him physically.
Yep.
And you're just kind of like, oh. So, but if Aaron's there, then he's soothed and he's not angry and won't need to do that.
Yep.
Hypothetically.
Kind of a messed up episode, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, quite a few of them get messed up this season, and that's okay. That's okay. It was really good writing all the entire time.
Yep. Let's see what else did I write. Grace tortured. Oh, the other thing I wrote about this episode was Aaron within the first couple of minutes is saying, "So Talon, you've seen both of them naked. Which one is bigger than the other?"
And they both stop and stare at each other.
The dick measuring contest. I'm like, that was brilliant.
And you got to feel bad because John really is trying to just pee on his tree. That's really all he's trying to do, because Grace is sniffing around it. You're not welcome here, motherfucker.
Grace does give up on that after one of the next episodes.
Yeah, I was going to say here, basically, like he's just kind of like, oh, whatever. Not whatever, but he realizes that she's not going to stay with him or the ship necessarily. Right. She'll stay with the ship more than she'll stay with him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he's aware, like, she's not terribly interested in him. Like that's not exactly what he's looking for. He did
Yeah.
at one point want that, but he's gone way beyond that. He really needed the help with Talon. So and let's see. Losing Time, episode 9. The crew of Moya start blacking out and missing portions of time. Pilot becomes inhabited by another entity who needs to taste each crew member to determine if they too are being inhabited. This was a weird episode, a little body hopping, but not with the characters, with alien creatures jumping in and out of bodies. I like Chiana's performance on this one. Gigi did a great job, especially when she turned into the alien mode, where the alien creature was just hovering above her, but she changed her inflection on her voice a little bit and just talked in a different way. And I thought that was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was really convincing. It made you pity
She
her.
gave John a happy ending too.
A couple times.
I might be back in 15 minutes.
Like, what do you do? Like, okay, that's not wrong. That was pretty awesome. Do it again.
Yeah, who wouldn't feel that way? It looked like he was having the time of his life, as opposed to Dargo in the other episode getting a Hummer.
And it's funny because John don't look at her that way at all. But okay, you're doing that thing. I'm okay with that. That's nice. That's nice right there, what you're doing. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But I enjoy the episode. It's not one of the higher rated ones. It's rated pretty decently. I think we get some good performances here, and we get back to the Moya crew. So we're away from Talon after a couple episodes of that.
Yeah.
So this is where we start to split off a little bit more and get the solitary episodes between the ships. And I enjoy it. And this is also the beginning of a tease of something new for Chiana, which I've been wanting to rewatch this show for a couple of years because I've always had it in my mind, like, when did something start with Chiana? And it starts here in this episode in season 3. And I'm like, I always thought it started in season 4. So there's something new going on with Chiana that you're going to start to get bits and sprinkles and breadcrumbs for as her character starts to evolve from this point going forward too.
Interesting.
You know how she said, like, no, Dargo's not down in the bay, he's up here. And then he walks into the room and John's like, how did you know that?
That's right. She's got the
and she's like, I don't know, whatever. It's like, she's starting to get the sight. And she starts to get a little more, I wouldn't say she has powers. It's more an innate ability that's starting to manifest in her.
Neat.
So it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. Season 4, it really starts to happen. And in the miniseries, it takes full bloom.
Cool.
So,
I look forward to that.
They were planning for some stuff starting in this season. So I'm pretty happy to see the breadcrumbs there. But Losing Time is a fun episode. I enjoyed it. And one of my other favorite parts was Crichton loses his virginity at 16 and Dargo professes, I lost mine at 7.
Sorry. You're just kind of like, okay, that's an odd flex, but right on.
Dargo's Luxon race handles things a little bit differently.
Yeah, but I love how he seriously, he threw that out as a flex. Like,
yeah, he
wow.
did.
Like,
Wait, when did you lose it? Wait, when did you lose your virginity? Oh, when I was 16 in the back of a Chevy with whatever her name is. He's like, I was 7.
Yeah, like he made it a point just to stop the conversation, say, well, I was 7. Anyway, back to what you were saying. Hey, you're like,
and John's looking at him like, oh my
man,
God.
fuck you. Yeah, you're like, you want to make a blush for John, but at the same time, you're kind of like, that's gross for you. Who hurt you, my child? Like, even in your culture, that should be considered statutory.
I don't even think there's too many comments back when the episode first aired. I don't think too many people caught that until on rewatches.
I don't know. It was pretty noticeable, but no, you're right.
Yeah.
Goddamn brilliant is what it was.
Yeah. So lots of good character moments throughout all these episodes. And let's see here. Let's scroll down. All right. Episode 10, Relativity. Talon lands on a planet covered mostly with vegetation that will help him to heal. Crichton, Aaron, and Grace leave the ship in search of Zalix, who is Aaron's mother. Because Zalix has basically followed them to the planet and has now located them. And she's got her own little group of bounty hunters, mercenaries that are going to trap and catch everybody. And I really dig this episode because you finally get a lot of Aaron and Zalix working out their issues together, or not. And ultimately, Grace has to do the deed and kills Aaron's mom.
That was cool. It really was.
Not have it going on anymore.
No. Well, like they made it very, very blatant. Like, you are nothing to me. You are dead to me. You're disgusting.
You're a reminder of everything I did wrong in my life. I need to get rid of you. It's like,
yeah.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
I got tortured because of you. My face is disfigured because of you. Like, she did not have
for life because of you now.
Yeah. Her maternal instincts got beat the fuck out of her, and you feel bad for her to a point, but at the same time, it's like, bitch, got to go, because she's a dog. She's trained to do one thing, and she can't do anything other than that one thing, and
she admits it too.
Yeah, and she's fine with it. She likes it.
Yeah.
She likes to be a hunter. She likes to be the scavenger, or what do they call them?
Oh, the retrieval squad.
Yes, thank you. The retrieval squad.
Yep.
She likes doing that shit.
Yeah, she likes the difficult problems, and she's good at it. She took out Aaron, actually.
Yeah, right. So, but it was kind of a neat thing to have John walk her away and then have Grace kill her on his terms. And you're just kind of like, ooh. But then the kicker was she has that flashback of her showing that humanity one last time, and she changes her mind and wants to go run back to her mom and stop Grace.
Yep.
And John stops her, and she starts to freak out. And then you hear Grace fire the gun 3 times. You're like, damn.
Yep.
Heavy filming or acting, like, and Claudia sold it so well. Like, I don't know if the Golden Globes were paying attention that year, but they should have.
Well, if I remember correctly, the Saturn Awards were paying attention, which was the only awards that really mattered back then for us geeky people. And I'm pretty sure Farscape won that year. So.
Cool. Go them, because yeah, they rocked it this season so far.
Yeah, this is when a lot of people feel like, oh, the show hit the sweet spot. There's debates about season 4. A lot of people really enjoy seasons 1, 2, but 3 is pretty much universally agreed as the most amazing season of them all.
It has an Empire Strikes Back vibe to it.
Yep.
Like, nothing goes right. All your favorite characters are here, but nothing goes right, and some of them die.
Yeah. And yeah, it's I really like this one. Let's see. Is there anything else? Oh, this is where Rigel got cut and stabbed by Zalix and gets his robe sewed into him. Terrible sewing job.
And he's such a bitch about it. Like, oh, I can't move. Oh, my robe.
You gotta use both hands. And he's like, I can only use one. The rest I have to hold my guts into my belly.
Because Star fucked him up.
Well, and then Stark tells him, like, you did die for a few seconds, but I ended up saving your life. And Rigel's just got this look of like, God damn it, you saved my life? Damn. Now I owe you one.
Yeah, right. So he lets him kind of assist in the plan to escape later.
Yep. But Zalix is dead. Everybody gets to escape. And this is also the episode where they introduced that Crichton and Aaron are hooking up big time.
Yep. And keeping Rigel up at night.
Yep. He's like, I cannot get any sleep with those two going at it all night long.
Yes. I think that
young love.
That John's going to be the John, like I said, that's going to have to go because he's already advanced to the next plot point or next stage of that relationship with Aaron. And I don't know if the show's ready to make that step yet. So I don't see him staying very long.
Yeah.
But then the other John, he's very angry, very, very angry. Damn rap music.
You'll see what happens. It's pretty intriguing and interesting how they handle everything. So I think you'll be pleased with the second half. But we still got one more episode, which is Incubator. Scorpius puts the neural chip into his own brain in an attempt to retrieve vital wormhole equations from Crichton. And I like this one because Crichton gets to play Harvey in Scorpius's brain this time and gets to screw around with him quite a bit. And we get to find that the crew of Moya is made aware of what exactly Scorpius is up to. And now they'll have a decision to make going forward. Like, what do we do?
And that's the hard thing. Because again, Scorpius genuinely just wants the fucking wormhole technology to make the Scarens extinct. If he could have this technology, he could have the one up on them to destroy their species, and that way they can't destroy the Serbaceans. But at the same time, they're like, well, who's to say that you wouldn't try to conquer with it after the fact or somebody else?
Right.
So they don't want to give it to him. And it's like John says, it's like the elders told me, if you're not smart enough to figure it out on your own, you're not mature enough to handle it or mature enough to have handling it.
Right.
So, which sucks, but I get their point.
Well, that's a message that carries through the whole series, all the way through, even to the mini series. Like, if you can't figure this out on your own, you really cannot handle this right now.
Yeah. And it clicks for a good many things. So take that as a life lesson home, kids. Take it with you.
Yeah, home slice. Take it with you.
If you can't figure it out, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is a great mid-season like little crutch. We're only going through 11 episodes. We'll do the next 11 in a couple of weeks here, everybody. But this is not where they cut off half the season. They actually went... I'm trying to look this up. I'm trying to figure it out, but they actually ran from... They did the first 6 episodes through April 20th. Then they didn't come back until June 15th.
Oh, wow.
They were kind of off schedule with everybody else. They actually tried to run through the summer to get people staying home to watch the show through the summer months.
Oh, wow.
Can't believe them skipping May was an utter stupid idea, but the season started back up March 16th, 2001. So they tried to do the spring, take a month or two off, do the summer, and then come back and then wrap it up.
Man, they couldn't even use 9/11 as an excuse. Not that it would have mattered to them because they weren't in the country, but still.
Because, yeah, how that ended up going, I'm looking at the air dates here. It ran through August 24th, and then the final, 4 episodes didn't happen until January 2002.
Dang.
So they literally waited September, October, November, December. They took basically the next few months off, and then they came back with the final 3 episodes.
Huh.
Well, final 4. I'm sorry. I remember that a lot of us were a bit like, what the hell are you doing? But they didn't want to compete with network television. They thought they couldn't hang with the ratings, so they were waiting for like downtimes to fill the gap.
Oh, Lord.
It's like, Bonnie Hammer, you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because this show is pretty popular. It got people getting cable TV.
Pretty much.
Or Dish Network, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you were wanting. And this was one of the highest rated shows going at the time.
Yes.
On Sci-Fi Channel. First wave, that was wrapping up pretty quick. It only had a 3-year agreement. They weren't going to come back for season 4. The ratings were not there for that show for sure.
Yeah.
And then we were about to get Stargate joining the airwaves in about 2003 when season 4 debuted. So
nice.
But yeah, the next half you don't have to do what I had to deal with back when it first aired. You can just watch it.
Just watch it peacefully.
And just watch it peacefully.
Leisurely.
I'm glad you're enjoying the show, though.
I am. I really am. I know I keep saying thank you, but this show's kind of a comfort spot. I can come home from work and unwind and throw it on and just kind of be happy. And like when I'm eating dinner, that's when you channel surf. Like I'm not really wanting to commit to anything because I'm gonna have to get up, this and that. Right. No, I could turn this on and sit and eat dinner and be perfectly happy like I used to be before the age of streaming, and sit and watch something and enjoy my dinner. This is a really good show. It's a really good time. It's a great cast. It's like watching the original Star Trek movies where you cared about what happened to every single member of the crew. It's a lot of fun. It hasn't changed in that regard. The show itself has changed. It has never jumped the shark, not so far. But it keeps evolving in great directions. And right now, like I said, it's going in a path of Empire Strikes Back, but that means great shit comes out on the other side of that. Hopefully.
Oh, I think you'll be pleased with the rest of the season. It gets pretty wild, but it does pay off very well, in my opinion. So
cool.
I'm
very
trying to
groovy.
remember when we get to Revenging Angel, which is episode 16. I think you'll get a kick out of that particular episode.
I dig it. Man, don't watch this shit in public. That's really all I got for you.
Nerd alert.
So I did the majority of my watching at work, in basically the parking lot of our local zoo.
Oh, and with all the leather women running around on your screen, I can totally see how that might not be public friendly.
Right. But golly, they hit you in the feels so many times this season. And then once they hit you in the feels and made you cry, they did it again and again and again. It was like 4 seasons of The Walking Dead all in one season. And it's like, damn. And they go and they keep going and killing everybody, but then they keep bringing them back. And you're like, oh
my. It's like Stanford and Son. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to you, baby.
The big one.
The big one.
But yeah, there was a couple times people be parking next to me and getting in and out of their cars, and I'm just sitting there like a bitch with the beat up face, mascara running down and stuff, crying, runny nose. It was a good season.
Yeah, this is an excellent season, from like season 1 to season 2 to then season 3. It's like, oh man, we're going on a roller coaster.
Yeah, because usually by this time in TV shows, the quality starts going down, stories start getting repetitive, or they jump the shark. None of that's happening here. The only thing that's happened in Farscape is that we've lost characters and we've gained characters.
Yep.
So I would call that an evolution more so than a shark jump. Like they're still just trying to survive. They're trying to get away from the peacekeepers. Now, is there a little bit more going on now? Yes, absolutely. But again, that's not jumping the shark. That's an evolution of story. And Farscape's doing a really, really good job this season of doing that.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same relatively. Yes, with the new introduction of the characters, you start to feel like, oh, I miss like Zan, so to speak. And but then you have like Jewel joining and at the same time she's a different character, but it also feels like no, this actually kind of fits with the themes and the character arcs and everything going on. And it's not exactly the end for Zan. And of course, Stark in this second half, he tends to go off the frickin' rails himself. And we don't see him for a little while, but he does end up coming back. And we are not done with Virginia Hay. She does make a reappearance or two in season 4.
Good, because I miss her already.
I know it. Her loss on the show was just, it was tough for a lot of people, but I felt like the show pivoted in just the right ways to not ignore the loss. They
Sure.
accepted it, made it part of the story and part of her character arc. And, you know, they were able to move forward, but while still remembering her. So it's like the whole cast and the crew, they remembered her moving forward, and it shows in the storytelling because of the love and care everybody had for her. Not only
Yeah.
as an actress, but as a character as well. Everybody loves Zan. There's just a whole lot of love there. So it was good to, it wasn't so great to say goodbye, but it is good to see her when she does return back, even if it's albeit briefly. And in one particular episode, she's basically, you'll see when we get there. It's a bit of a kooky episode, but it's well worth it.
She's a ghost. Ghost.
Yeah, this show is not for lacking on the goof factor, but it doesn't get so campy. Although there's one episode where I think I think he and I had a conversation, albeit briefly, about the Acme episode when we get to it.
Which one was that?
Oh, the Revenging Angel.
Oh, yes.
It was basically like Wile E. Coyote and and the Roadrunner with Dargo and Crichton.
They did a really good job of making that look like Chuck Dixon did it, though.
That was done on purpose, yes.
Yeah. They did a really, really good job on that. Acme approved.
Oh, but they called it Osme. And
Yeah. Yeah, that one was cute. I dug that one. A little bit of filler, but fun nonetheless.
yeah, but you know, Farscape season 3 is it's a hell of a ride for everybody, and you actually get a bit of a resolution. And the final episode is not what you normally get out of a science fiction TV show. It's basically the epilogue, and it also is a cliffhanger at the same time to tease into season 4.
Did they know that they were getting a season 4 at this point?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yeah, what was going on, because we'll end up talking about this when we get to the end of season 4 going into the mini series, is they were renewed for season 4 and 5 at the same time. And the idea was they were going, all of season 4 is a setup for season 5. So they wrote like basically a 2-season arc, and that's all they were ever going to do was 5 seasons. And they were going to, basically what you get in the miniseries is what season 5 was going to be, just really condensed. No filler, no nothing. And when we get to the miniseries, every about 12 to 15 minutes is about what you would have gotten out of one particular episode. So you can actually feel the episode breaks of the miniseries as the story unfolds, but they did it really well. It just feels really fast.
Dang. All right.
But yeah, they ended up getting canceled at the end of season 4, and reneged on the contract for season 5, and we'll do a little bit of a lowdown when we get to that part. But yeah, they knew they were coming back for 2 more seasons, and they set up to do a 2-season storyline arc.
Huh.
So that's a lot of complaints about season 4, albeit just for a super brief moment here, there's a lot set up in season 4, and it's like, okay, we got even more new characters, and we got all these other subplots being set up that we never get back to. That's because they had full intentions of tying a lot of things together. And when you see the miniseries, you're going to be like, oh, I see where they were going, and now I don't feel so upset about season 4 feeling a bit weird and incomplete. Because multiple facets of the story weren't being told. If they knew they were only going to get one more season, they would have probably set it up differently.
Is this because of the chick that came in Sci-Fi Channel and like cleaned house of everything that she didn't like this trimmers and?
No, Bonnie did not cancel the show. It is a very convoluted, complex situation that happened. Ultimately, it was a memo that was sent to one of the littler of the production companies, and they didn't like making the show, but they got a nice little paycheck. They got a particular memo saying something about like, oh, we're not sure about we want to do this anymore. So they exercised their out clause, which effectively shut down production. Then Sci-Fi Channel was like, well, I guess we lost the show. So they officially canceled it the rest of the way. And then bing, bang, boom. And the show got canceled. And they tried to revitalize it, save it. And it just didn't work out until a couple of years later, we got the miniseries.
God damn.
It's nuts. The whole situation was, for lack of a better word, fucking crazy. It should not have happened. It's just somebody mistook or misread a memo, and it gave them a chance to get out of the contract that they did not want to be in.
I don't.
Why are you giving up a paycheck, you dumb idiots? But we're seeing that right now with a current sale that's going on between Warner Brothers and whoever the hell is buying it now. Which is obviously Paramount at this point, but
yeah. I'm really not happy about my least favorite production company overtaking my favorite production company.
I know WB's got a spotty track record too, but me and Paramount haven't always gotten along, so to speak, either.
I like 2 franchises of Paramount's, I think, like Star Trek and Indiana Jones.
And they're not even Paramount anymore.
No.
Well, Star Trek is still there, but they ruined Star Trek, so.
Oh, that's right. Indiana Jones is a Disney baby now, isn't he?
Yep.
That's right.
That was Lucasfilm, baby.
I liked Star Trek and Wayne's World. So, whatever. And even then, I think Wayne's World at this point might be owned by Peacock. I don't know.
I don't know. Everything's getting weird these days with any of this stuff. Like, this was a Sci-Fi Channel exclusive, but it also aired on like Sky. It aired around the world on many, many different stations and Australia. It was a pretty good hit over there. So,
well, that's cool. It deserved to be.
Yeah,
I really like this show. Like, I was trying to tell my ex, like, yeah, we're doing these consecutively, and we don't typically do that on the show. We spread things about, but this is an extremely bingeable and comfortable show where you don't necessarily want to step away for another year and forget about what happened.
Exactly.
So we don't often watch TV shows of this quality. The last time we did was the other Henson series, which was Dark Crystal, but it wasn't 4 seasons. It deserved to be. It just wasn't.
Yeah, it absolutely should have been. I want to say, like, what was the other show that we did like 2 seasons back to back on? I think that was like Ash versus Evil Dead, and that's about the extent of that. I think most of the time it's 1 season, and then we move on to something else. Then we get back to another season later on. Or the Worlds, we were like, we ain't even watching season 2.
I think that's where we drew the line, where we were like, you know what?
Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah, we're not doing 24 fucking episodes in a week of absolute dog shit.
That was brutal.
And then add another 24 episodes of the same dog shit, but worse following the following week. Yep. We're like, no more. No.
That was like killing us, bro. We were like, we can't, no, that's not sufficient anymore.
It was just terrible. That show was awful. I don't know how.
That hurt my soul, bro.
Oh man, it was just totally crap. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't actually enjoy this show. I fell asleep during this show, and it was on in between Friday the 13th and Freddy's Nightmares. So I would fall into sleep in between that show.
You got a
And
good nap and prepared for Freddy.
Yeah. So sometimes I'd fall asleep and wake up just before my show, or sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, I'd miss it. But
I
it was
know,
always
that's
nice
fair.
because I'd catch the fucking end credits and see the world with the Martian hand coming up over it, and then Freddy
Which was
on.
totally cool. The best part of the show.
Yeah. The ending.
God, you were talking about like a year in between shows. What I'd always do after the end of like each season of like Farscape or First Wave or whatever is I just watch the reruns every Friday because that was so my routine. I'd just be like, just fire up the season and just roll right into the next season when it comes back around.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's comfortable to sit and watch during dinner where I just kind of want to veg out, and rather than channel surf and flick my brain or go through social media, sit and watch something that's just really comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
But then I have to tell my kids to shut the fuck up and get out of the room.
Right. Or I got to chase a dog because I got a brand new puppy down here. 9-week-old German Shepherd. And he wants to tinkle randomly. So it's like, oh crap, I gotta stop this episode and go take the dog outside quick or clean up a mess.
Puppies are like little alcoholics. They just piss everywhere all the time.
The housebreaking part is like the worst part. I can handle the teething. It's the housebreaking that takes like freaking like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't ever housebreak them. As Kevin will attest to.
Yeah, Mia's 2. Yeah, she's just turned 2, and we got to take her out 2 or 3 times a night. And you can't leave her in the house alone for any long period of time, because if she can't hold it because she's prissy, she'll get pissy. Excuse me, prissy, and then get pissy.
Yeah.
So yeah, my dog is a shithead. My old bulldog, though, she'd fucking hold it for 12 hours and be like, I have a UTI, but you're proud of me, right, Daddy?
Yeah.
Yes, pig. That'll do. Wait, what? What are we seeing here?
That's why cats are better. Cats figure out the litter box really, really fast. Some do, some don't.
I don't think I've ever had a cat that didn't figure out the box. I've had cats that were fucking stupid about the box, like flicking sand out the fucking side.
Oh yeah, I got to clean that mess up tomorrow because one of our cats did that before and came back into the room here to do the show tonight. I'm like, God damn it. And I'm not going to fire up the vacuum while my wife is sleeping. Shit.
You can.
Not recommended if I value my life.
No. Just toss the cat at her.
Here.
Catch.
Your cat.
Run. So anyhow, yeah, this was a lot of fun. This season was pretty goddamn awesome. And like we said before, it evolved from season 2. And season 2 is quite the evolution, because we got Crace being a different type of character. Crace is now still that character, but he's a little bit more fleshed out, which is nice.
He actually has a character arc, everybody.
Yeah. And he's a little bit of Captain Jack. He's very much a pirate at this point, without plundering anything. He's a pirate. He's an outlaw, not wanted by everybody, but wanted by everybody, as it were.
Yeah.
So, and then all he has in the world is Talon. And that destroys you at the end.
Oh, yes. That gets me every damn time because it's a heroic event, one way or the other. However you look at it, that's a hero's glory right there.
The only part that got me was when he was initially turning Talon off.
Yeah.
And he turned around and he told Aaron that it was done. He was gone. And he kind of just turned around and he walked. Didn't really know what he was doing and went down a hallway and just stopped and didn't know whether or not he was going to turn left or right. Turned to the left and then waited for another moment, not knowing which way to go or where he was going to go once he turned that direction.
Yeah.
And then slowly started walking off stage left. You're like, wow, because that is what you do when you're in extreme shock like that and loss and grief. Like you're on autopilot and you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah. Lonnie is a fantastic actor, and he gave Chris such a valuable layered depth to him that he does things like that, the subtle looks in the eye, the body posturing, like excellent work. And he still voices Pilot throughout the whole series, which a lot of people don't peg. Some people pick it up, some people don't, but once you hear it, you can't unhear it a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny once you do, because you're like, are they going to talk to each other?
They actually
and
share
they do.
so little scenes together, but when they do, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's like, so then I also have to read the dialogue for the pilot. Oh, okay. All right. How am I going to bounce this off myself here?
Yeah, right. We'll just have this conversation in the mirror.
Pretty much. I mean, I know they have somebody reading off camera, but at the same time, he's got to mentally think about, like, how do I talk to myself to make this scene work?
Yeah. But golly, I really have to say he was probably my favorite character this season.
This season, absolutely. I mean, all the other characters are great, but there was such growth with his character and a turnaround, and just overall what he did, and then with Talon, that was chef's kiss.
Yeah. Talon blowing up the 600 civilians is pretty fucking awesome, though, too.
Tried to give him a chance to escape. They had their chance. Want to stick around and get blown up? Sure.
Oh. And Joel freaking out and trying to beat the shit out of fucking Lanny for it. You're just like, whoa, all right there.
You know,
what did you do?
Miss Eye Patch.
What did she do to lose her eye? I missed it.
She didn't lose her eye. She got a bit of that body,
the
gunk in her eye, and it was taking a long time to leave her eye.
That's right. It was the shit, the bat shit or whatever. Or no, it was
I call the David Cronenberg episode.
Yeah. I love her scream.
She's a screamer.
Like when she screams, it's just so appropriate. Like when she squishes her finger, when there's a spider, when she finds out she's walking through a giant fucking vat of bat shit.
Pretty much.
And it echoes throughout the ship.
It's like you could feel the agony through the television or whatever, however you're watching.
This prissy little girl, I'm standing in shit.
Yep. So funny. I am glad they toned down the red hair, though, and gave her a more natural red hair color.
Oh, pshaw.
I didn't like the dye job when she first started, so.
I didn't dislike it, but I had a thing for the Fifth Element, so call me a mark.
Well, and like our background up here for Jewel, the lady with the eye patch, I like this red-haired a lot better. Wait, oh. Ooh, that way.
Titters.
Right above Kevin's head. Just how he likes them. But yeah, that's just my preferred look. But everybody else, pretty damn good. Aaron's great. Chiana's great. A lot of great character work for a lot of them. So,
yeah, did they improve Dargo's look this season?
Yes, they did, and I liked the leather outfit personally for him. I think that suited him best, and they changed it again in season 4 again.
Cool. Yeah, I really kind of dug it. He was looking pretty spiff.
Yeah, and then he got the new ride. He finally got that working. That was kind of fun in this second half.
Yeah. And it was cool how he got it too, like learning his old language and stuff.
It's like, it's old Luxon, and you can't speak it? And he's like, you dumbass. Of course I can't, but I can understand the basics.
Yeah, right. That's like,
This is a language that hasn't been talked in like 300 years.
That's like knowing Spanish or a little bit
Latin.
Yeah, Spanglish, and then someone like having something written in Latin.
Yeah.
Like
Like I might be able to figure a word or two out, but that's about the extent of it.
yeah. All I know is with bitch drop the T because Bic is Latin for generosity. South Park.
My Latin knowledge comes from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's true. And also Jehovah starts with an I.
Yep, exactly. I never knew that until Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
So I never took the Jehovah's Witnesses seriously. I'm like, but it's spelled with an I.
That's how you knew they were
phonies.
Everybody off.
They were phonies.
Yeah, they're just like the Minnesota Leering Centers,
Leering Centers.
Not being political, I'm just making a wisecrack.
Oh, Mike's being political down there.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Andale. Riva.
Andale. Repeatamente.
Dude, I fucking love Speedy Gonzalez. And
I always love Speedy.
I loved how fucking Warner Brothers got around the woke cancel culture to bring him back. They got Gabriel Iglesias to fucking voice him. Like, there, bitch about that, y'all. Sorry.
My French is from Pepe Le Pew per mic.
Yeah, me too. If they got Gerard Depardieu to voice Pepe Le Pew, that would be the most disgusting fucking thing ever, but so cool.
I never understood the draw of him.
I don't know. He's so gross.
But somehow he's like one of the most famous actors to come from France.
That's
like,
not saying
don't
anything
get
about
it.
France, dude.
I know. It's like Al Bundy. We hate the French.
Like I liked him in what do you call it? Man in the Iron Pants. That was about it. Like
Man in the Iron Pants? I don't think I ever heard of that one.
Man in the Iron Mask.
Oh.
We always called it Man in the Iron Pants.
Gotcha.
No, he plays Porthos the Pirate, I think.
Porthos. Okay.
Yeah, Man in the Iron Mask. And he is disgusting. He is drunk. He is sweaty and HPV and
drunk Frenchman. This
tracks.
Yeah.
And then he plays Porthos the Pirate, and it was really cool.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah. Definitely check that one out. That's like one of the few movies I'm kind of like, DiCaprio can act.
Jury's still out on that for me. Although Shutter Island was pretty all right. I was like, okay, I can see it now.
I watched
him in that Growing Pains show, or was it something else?
I think it was Growing Pains.
It was the one with Kirk Cameron.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he's an annoying little kid.
He'll never go
But
anywhere.
then he's in Critters 4, so.
Right? And you're like, well, fuck, now I can't watch that. It's just automatically stupid because it's got him in it. And then it shows up in fucking Titanic, and you're like, God damn.
The kid from Critters? Jesus.
No, there's a little gooner from fucking Gilbert Grape, the guy up in the tree. Okay, I guess he's gonna.
Gilbert Grape. Oh, God, yeah.
You can't say that word no more.
Indeed. Good times. Welcome to Nostalgia TV, everybody, where we even 0 point on our other shows.
Yeah. We 0 point on TV shows that we actually like too. See?
Yeah.
It's not just this defense self mechanism. It's my ADHD.
And yeah, it's just always fun to just hang out with my buddies. So Well, do you want to get into some episodes then, Kevin?
I think we better. Otherwise, we're going to be here for a few hours.
Just talking about like whatever.
Gerard
That's always
Depardieu.
fun too. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to talk about him no more. So let's see. We picked up at episode number 12, Meltdown. A strange mist is emitted when Talon is damaged by radiation from a star, stimulating the crew's most basic instincts. Crichton and Aaron are barely able to contain their passion for one another. And Grace, he tends to get a bit cranky on this one. So this is a kind of a fun episode. They totally play up the sex appeal. So if Kevin was watching this in a parking lot, watching Aaron and John climbing all over each other, it's totally probably what was going on.
The only thing these scenes were missing as they were trying to climb around through the fucking ducts and shit like that was a twister mat. If they would have had
interesting. Left hand, yeah.
Them climbing all about each other was hysterical. And trying to act all nonchalant. Oh, sorry. Oh, did I turn you on? I wasn't trying to.
They almost had a little too much fun. They got great chemistry, so it worked.
Yeah, they did. And you knew that was going to escalate beyond this episode. And I was really hoping it wasn't going to be like the typical TV series where it's like, uh-oh, they got love potion number 9, but by the end of the episode, they have to pretend it didn't happen. Nope, that didn't happen here. No.
Nope, they actually have a full-on relationship develop,
Yeah.
and then you get to see what happens with Crichton number 2.
Number 2. Or number 1, we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters which one it was. They were both John Crichton.
Yeah, it was a twinning. People like to say cloning. No, it was yes and no. It's not really a clone, but that's how we would recognize that in our heads, because twinning is basically perfect replica, both equal and original.
Right. A clone doesn't have personality or memory. These things did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twinning. And I like that. I like how they split off the crew. And this was a perfect example of how they were able to tell different stories at different times and how to properly split up production. Like, this was very smart. And it also gave you a lot of room to work around different characters and their arcs.
Fuck yeah, man. They took I don't know if they took a cue from X-Men or what, but it was like, you had Farscape Blue, Farscape Gold, and just like the X-Men did. So you would get an episode on, with Crichton 1 with Dargo, and then you'd get, Crichton 2 with Aaron, and only one of them can survive, and you're just kind of like, who is it gonna be? Ooh. And I kind of had a figuring of who it was gonna be from the get-go, and I was like, oh, that sucks. Or I knew that there was gonna be a tell of who it was gonna be. And we just kind of gave it away where we said there's going to be, that episode where they're, super amorous, but by the end of it, no, we're going to recant all that or redact all that, and it's not going to happen. They did that with the season, but not that episode. And that's what I kind of figured they were going to do, but they didn't. Excuse me, got hiccups. They didn't do it as badly or as completely as I thought that they were going to do. Like, they didn't.
Yep.
They didn't make it so she didn't love the other guy at all.
Oh yeah, that was part of the problem. Is she knew she could still have a chance with the other Crichton, and there was still the love there, but he never went on this particular journey with her, so he doesn't have that same sort of connection, even though it's technically the same person. But he won't have the same memories, and they actually make that a point in an episode where, she's like, oh yes, we use this on the Budong, and he's like, what are you talking about, Budong? And she's like, oh, that's right, that was with the other Crichton.
Yeah,
but that was effective in showing her issues and depression regarding the other Crichton.
And one thing to take into consideration is it wasn't just a few days for her like it was for the rest of the crew.
Right.
It was a lifetime, because on one of those missions, she was on a planet with the different time zones or whatever, and lived an entire lifetime with Crichton.
Yeah.
And he has none of those memories. So she puts on a whole bunch of guilt and other sorts of emotions that are undescribable that she needs to try to process through like the second half of the season, or the last quarter of the season, really.
Yeah. And she got to make a decision whether to help the other Crichton deal with Scorpius and everything, knowing everything that she does. It's still like, no, I still need to help him with this particular situation. And she does.
Yeah.
But then she also has to deal with her mother. Oof.
That was rough. Like there was a missed opportunity for an in-law joke there. There really was.
Just saying.
Crichton could have had something to hate about his mother-in-law.
Your mom is a real bitch.
Yeah. I didn't like that second episode. I really didn't.
Oh, the one on the planet where she was drinking and everything.
Yeah, like everything about it was fine except for bringing her mom back. Did not like that.
I didn't like that part either. Not that I didn't like the actress. I think the actress who played her mom, I think what they did was really good, but it felt weird and it wasn't necessary.
It took something that was a good spot for Crace, for his character.
I agree.
And it made him go 2 steps back. Like, oh, now we doubt Crace again. She's alive and everyone's in danger because Crace made a deal for himself. Oh, but at the same time, that's not really what happened, but he doesn't tell anybody what happened.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, that's frustrating. I liked it better when Crace was a friend and said, you know what? I will do this. Go. You cannot be here. Go.
Yeah, he could still be sketchy without having to be that duplicitous and deceptive.
Yeah, and that was a really good scene for him. And letting 2 episodes later, or 3 episodes later, whatever it was, letting it out that he let her live, that was, I don't know. I didn't really care for that as much.
Well, and Stark forcing the answer out. It's like, Stark, I don't know. I never buy Stark as a real threat to anything anyway.
Unless he opens up the fucking outer hole doors because he's a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
But I like Stark at the same time. I can't help it.
Oh, no, yeah. Paul Goddard's fantastic as Stark.
Yeah.
It's just from time to time, there's like moments or episodes where I'm like, I don't know, especially like this one where he ends up becoming the pilot of Talent. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a goofy idea, but it works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like that was also kind of weird.
I loved Crace pulling the wires out of yeah, that was pretty great. Like, don't touch my ship again, I will fucking kill you. Because that's his
Stark's being like, you could be nicer, and he's just like, I could be meaner. So it was a good back and forth there for a minute.
Yeah, I like that. I really did. Like everybody just had great scenes with one another, and everybody had a chance to interact with one another. That was a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I digress. Meltdown. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good episode. I don't mind it. It's a little bit of a bottle episode, but we're focusing on the characters on this particular ship before we start getting into some big storyline beats. And I enjoy it. I like it. I think it's a good episode.
Scratch and Sniff. That one, this one, okay, going back to what we were saying, we start to see Pilot evolve in this season too. Pilot's not as passive aggressive anymore.
Oh, yeah, the vacation planet thing.
Yes, for Scratch and Sniff. He tells them to get the fuck out.
Twice.
Yeah, it like forbids them to come back. And he's very nice about it, but very curt. I don't want you in here. Leave.
And while I understand there may be elements of your story that are true, I don't believe you.
Yeah. And Crichton's just sitting there telling the story, like, and
We'll sip it on a Mai Tai or something.
yeah, and then this happened, and then this happened. Just wait, I'm getting to it.
Let me tell my story how I want to tell it. And then he goes to tell Dargo. He's like, yeah, he didn't buy it. Well, did you tell him everything? Of course I freaking told him everything. You want to go tell him? And Dargo looks over at Pilot, and Pilot's just looking back at him like, I swear to God, one more of you takes one step this way, and there's going to be hell to pay. And Dargo's like, all right, yeah, we should get out of here. Then they start bickering again with each other.
And see, their bickering was great.
It was well done.
Yeah, they were like an old gay couple for a while, and it was a lot of fun. And then they got to like actual fighting in the next episode where Dargo's actually hunting.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, this is fun. The concept is fun, but now we've taken this fun shtick that we've been doing and turning it into
escalated.
Escalated it to a very long running joke. You're just kind of like, but he's hunting his best friend. I don't know. That one was okay. I liked the animation to it. I did.
Hey, buddy. Okay. I almost lost my monitor over here. The dog's moving around.
Hey. I can knock this down.
Oh, you're gonna go lay down over there. Okay, that's fine. But yeah. Them getting into the more physical altercation is like it was unintentional, but it was showing like their anger in general was just going through the roof. Crichton's mad that Aaron's not around.
Yeah.
And Dargo's still upset about Chiana sleeping with his son to break them up. And while he's dealing with Chiana on a civil level, it's still affecting him greatly. And even Jules trying to like somehow become a friend, not maybe more than that. She's just trying to be like, I'm on this ship and nobody really wants to talk to me, and I'm trying to talk to you. So
yeah, that was a really good scene for her, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was when I'm like, okay, I like what we're doing with Joel now.
Like that wasn't a romantic thing. That was just I feel I could talk to you for whatever reason, and I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. It brought him out of that funk. It was so nice. It brought him out of that funk. He was kind of like, shit, someone legitimately wants to be my friend.
Yeah. And they're not looking to get anything from me.
Yeah. And I've been mean to you this entire time. I feel like a piece of shit now.
Yeah. That's a really good moment where he's starting to realize, I think I'm losing my mind and treating everybody like shit, and maybe I need to reevaluate what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Yeah. And so again, that could have been campy. That could have been like, on a bromance movie where they get into a fight and then they have to figure out how that they're friends again. No, that wasn't really the case. Like it was not tropish. It wasn't stereotypical. Right. It made a natural evolution. Having this outsider that nobody liked bring him back to his situation of like, well, you know what? I'm not this person. I'm not behaving the way that I want to behave.
Right.
This person that doesn't know me just reminded me that this isn't who I am. And that was really, really well written and even better performed.
Yeah. Excellent acting. Excellent character work. Really good writing, I want to say, because you need good actors to pull off a good script.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a terrible script, it's just going to come across like really bad, no matter how good the actors are.
Then it's War of the Worlds.
Yeah. So back to Scratch and Sniff. Yeah, so we might jump around from a couple episodes because how they split up this season is like one episode with Team A, one episode with Team B, 2 episodes with Team A, maybe an episode or 2 with Team B. So it keeps mixing things up a little bit, so you're getting everybody's story at the same time a little bit. But with Scratch and Sniff, I like the kind of the mystery of the episode, and it's basically the hangover episode of Farscape. That's how I describe it to a lot of people. One of my favorite parts is Crichton being in in the stockings and waking up in the window, and everybody's like, "Oh my god," staring at him.
This isn't a dream. This isn't a dream. Or no, what was it? The an invisible wall. That's right.
Yep.
It's not invisible. That shit was funny.
It was a window to the street.
That's right.
Wait, what happened? How much did we drink? No, you guys got roofied is what happened.
That's right. Then they got left there.
Yep. And they both had the girls. That was fun. What they ended up doing with the episode is like they were siphoning like the essence of people out
Yeah.
in order to provide a high to other people, and kind of a druggy episode. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. I never skip it on a rewatch. It's always like one of those, yeah, it's that episode again. You know, always feels weird, but it's always very good.
Yeah, this one is a bit tropish, like you said, because it is the junkie episode.
Yep.
So it's got the telltale signs of the dragon dens and all that. But then it has the pretentious turnaround of it being the hotter the person is that they're draining the essence from, the better the high.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, wait a second. That's not body shaming, but what I mean, what if I got in there? Like, and people be like, doesn't do anything.
It was a little bit like Kevin's feet.
Yeah, right. Like it smells like a dog's butthole. What is this?
Yeah, but they hooked up Chiana.
And then everybody got wasted.
And boy, that guy got killed. And
that was cool.
He got dosed.
Everybody that gets killed on this usually gets their comeuppance really, really well.
Oh yes, they do.
We'll get to it later with when Rigel gets to kill somebody. Oh God,
dude, yeah, we're getting to that like real quick. That's actually the next 2 episodes. So
okay.
Yeah, that's Infinite Possibilities Part 1 and Part 2. And let's see. One of the ancients who implanted encrypted wormhole technology into Crichton's brain accuses him of selling the data to an aggressive race allied to the Scarans. Crichton protests his innocence, and ends up being it was Furlough from the previous season, and she's working with the Scarans to develop a wormhole technology. That's kind of the big twist on the 2 episodes. But with this one, they have to go track down Furlough, try and reclaim their information, take it back from her. And we get Kent McCord back as John's dad. And it's always fun to see him on the show. And he's got a great, I keep talking about the chemistry. Everybody works so well together on this show. Even Furlough, like every scene she was in, she had this look on her face. Her facials were fantastic.
I wish she was in more things because she is just fucking amazing.
She was awesome.
Her chemistry with Ben is just mwah, I loved it.
Oh boy, she planted a kiss on him. I wonder how many takes that took. He's probably. I'm almost willing to bet if there was an outtake, there's probably one where she dipped him. I would believe that.
Oh golly, I loved her little crush that she had on John.
Yeah.
Because she'd tell everybody to go fuck off, but you know, if John said please, she'd be like, well, okay, hot stuff and whatever. Like, but if John would have said, okay, we'll take the money and go do this, she would have happily allowed him to go and be partners with her.
Yeah, exactly.
But otherwise, had it not been John, no, she would have killed them all instantly.
Yep.
Which again is goddamn funny and cute. because she's so insidious.
Yep, she's running around out there in the world now. She's off the planet. She's on the run, so to speak. So I like how they left her character arc open.
Yes, that's because I wouldn't want someone like her to go away or fade away.
At least not like that.
No, she's one of those fun bad guys, kind of like Q, that deserves to come back and here and there.
Yeah,
because she's not necessarily a bad guy. She is, but she cares in a way.
She's a tweener.
Yeah. Not even an anti-hero. She just, she's an unsavourable.
She's gonna do what she's gonna do.
Yeah, she's a business person.
Yeah, very savvy business person. She knows how to negotiate and get what she wants, and for the most part, she gets it, except for John, of course.
Yeah. Dug her fort system that she had set up, though.
Oh yeah, all the booby traps.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Yeah.
But we've been on a pretty cool kick for shows with booby traps lately.
That's true. That's very true.
Shit, what were we just watching that had the damn kid that booby trapped his house with the clown that had all the fucking knives sticking out of it?
Phantasm 3.
Yeah, that's right. That was cool. that kid's house was cool.
Yep, that was Home Alone done right.
Yeah. I enjoyed that probably more so than the what was it? The Norwegian film.
Rare Exports. No. Deadly Games.
Yes.
Code Santa.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one as much as far as comparing it to Home Alone, but this, yeah, very much so. Phantasm 3,
yeah,
much better than Home Alone.
Good stuff.
All right.
Oh yeah, you were talking about Rigel gets to kill somebody. He actually gets to shoot a bunch of Charids, the alien race, because they have tortured his people and attacked his people for years and years and years. And what I liked about that was Aaron basically goaded him into it, being like, is courage really lacking in your race and bravery? And he's like, show me how to fire this thing again. And then he goes off on this tangent on, Rigel the Third, or I don't remember specifically, Rigel the Third, he went into battle and he was a moron and got himself killed. But for some reason, I think I understand why he did it now. And I'm like, that was so freaking awesome.
And he begins to he very quickly gets a lust for killing. He just starts fucking plinking these guys off. Bang, bang, bang. And you see all these explosions and he's just laughing his head off.
It's like some video game thing. Like, I'm getting the hang of this. Oh, wait, I missed one. Boom. Nope. Got him.
And then Aaron's got to run back and forth bringing him ammo and stuff. That was really fun too. And she's like, well, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing okay.
I need a reload. But then unfortunately he gets a little shrapnel and him in his gut again, getting him into trouble.
Yeah. Got to fill it with food. Otherwise, it just deflates.
No, but that was a super fun part of the episode, was Rigel stepping up and shooting bitches.
Rigel's just so much fun.
Yep. And then and Crichton, he has to stop the bomb from exploding on the planet, but he gets radiated and he still has to set off the wormhole event at the very, very end to take out the Scaran ship, which was freaking dope. That was one of the coolest special effects scenes I've ever seen, and I never knew you could use a wormhole to basically smoke a ship that size.
Yeah. You just put it up against the sun. That's fine. That was really, really pretty though.
That was, yeah. I'm gonna start be doing pictures for our video followers here on YouTube, Rumble, wherever you're watching, because we do that on all our other shows, and I think it's appropriate to start doing a little more of those kind of maybe screen grabs.
I would,
won't be a ton, just enough.
I wish Jack would have like foreseen the radiation issue and maybe
Yeah.
come up with a different power source. I don't know that,
I think they made the best of what was available, and they also didn't have the best shielding things that they needed for the bomb either.
That's true. That's true.
So,
They were working with what Furlough had available.
yeah, she legitimately was trying to help track down because she's like, if they can complete this thing, I can take it and go sell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So she wasn't trying to screw them. Not in that regard.
totally. Yeah. She just wanted to get gone and get paid.
Yep. And get John and get laid.
Yep. All in that order.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We rhyme.
Indeed, my brother. So it's a great 2-part episodes, and this is when I really started loving this show, though, because such good character work, even though we don't really see much of Team B at this point, but we get that in Revenging Angel, the Acme episode. We've already talked about that a little bit, but was there anything else about Revenging Angel that you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Let's see, what did I write down here?
Other than they did a really good job of paying homage to Chuck Jones and Fritz Freeling.
Yes, they did. Oh, I wrote down Chiana and her foresight is starting to clue up again. She's starting to see things into the future again.
That's right.
Even it's only just a few seconds, but that starts to become more and more as we go along on the show, and it really comes to play in the miniseries a little bit.
Well, it's helped out pretty damn well so far, like where she's freaked out going, didn't you guys just hear that alarm?
No. And then 3 seconds later, the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
So that's really funny. And I also wrote down, this is a fantastic episode. Kevin's going to really enjoy this because, Kevin, you are my Dargo.
Yeah.
But no, the animation's fantastic. I like how they transition between the both worlds. And well, we still have to deal with the Scorpius in somebody's head, unfortunately.
Harvey.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Because while they got Harvey out of the other Crichton's head, he's dead. So now we have to deal with Harvey and the other Crichton, who's the now last Crichton standing.
Yeah. Crichton Prime again.
That's a good way to put it. Crichton Prime.
I like Harvey. I really do.
He hangs around for a bit, so don't worry about that.
Oh, okay. Well, I know we see him transition, lose power, gain power, all sorts of shit. And he's just like Scorpius, he's in it to survive. And he's just really funny that way. I mean, I like Scorpius as a character in general, so seeing the actor doing different things is just great. Playing different versions of himself, for lack of a better term. Did I freeze or did you? I think it was you. No, I see you moving a little bit.
Everybody.
Now I hear you.
Is that me?
Might be. Jeff's frozen. Ha! Mikey says it was you. See, again, Mercury and Gatorade, it's been me, so I'm just like happy that it's not. Now you're back. Now it's just me. Ha ha ha. All right. So he's probably going to be in just a moment or be back in just a moment. Yeah. Oops. I want to claim that. I want to say I did that. Told him, just get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of you messing up the show, you son of a bitch. Anyways, so where did we leave off? I'm going to take us up to the next one. We're on, oh no, because he likes this. I can't do that. Revenging Angel. This was where we see Dargo trying to get revenge for John messing up the ship or losing the sword to start the ship. And this is most of it is in John's head, and you don't see him it is just us. You don't actually see him and Dargo actually interact with each other until the very end, even though they're chasing each other and fighting throughout the entire episode. And it's funny, but again, it's all happening inside of John's head. And while he's trying to figure out how to avoid Dargo or getting killed by Dargo, because if he does, like in a video game, if he dies in his dream, his body will die. And Harvey tells him, well, you need to find something to live for. You need revenge. And he goes, no. I'm above that. I love Aaron. My love for Aaron is going to keep me alive. And he goes to all the different versions of his friends to ask, what do I do to stay alive? What do you do in these situations to avoid conflicts? And Pilot tells him, just run away. You know, if you run away from your conflict, if you run away from your aggressor, then he will have to eventually get tired and stop. And so that's what sets up the entire episode. John's running away like it's a cartoon, like he's the Roadrunner from the Wile E. Coyote. But then you get cartoon Harvey, who keeps telling him, you need revenge. You need to get back at Dargo for what he did to you. If you have revenge in your heart, then you truly have a reason to live. And, you know, that kind of gets into the whole Batman thing. Like, what happens once you get your revenge? What do you do then after that? And they don't really go into the whole what happens after you kill Dargo, but they made it very, very tempting, and it was a temptation episode, and it was fun that way. But by the end, he does decide to say, you know what? Screw you. My love for Aaron, that is what I live for. That is what keeps me going. I don't want revenge. I don't need revenge. That's what separates me from you, Harvey. And he goes, if that's going to kill me, that's going to kill me. But I'm pretty sure that's my reason for living. And at that point, he wakes up and everything is fine. Dargo and the girls find the sword, and they all kind of live for the Broder said he knew beginning. So he started, wait. This is interesting. Broder said he knew about the Scorpius arc at the very beginning, so he started adding insanity ticks early on. Interesting. So when he got to actually be Scorpius, because I tell you, man, that was fucking really cool to see. Broder did a really good job of being Scorpius or John Scorpius. Like, he's really good at being that character. But when he gets to be old John and he starts acting like Jack, and his like accent goes from like normal to super Texan, you're just kind of like, why is it doing that? Oh man. All right. Anyways, that's Revenging Angel. Next up was The Choice. Oh, look who decided to come back.
Freaking internet or Wi-Fi again.
Mercury and Gatorade, I tells you.
Yeah, well, putting the game Gatorade.
We put the gay in Gatorade. All right. I just finished explaining Scratch and Sniff. Now we're at The Choice.
Oh, yes. Let's see here. I'm reloading that tab. Reading over Crichton's death. Oh, yeah. This is the Talon.
Yeah. This one's okay. Like, it's interesting. There's a lot to it. Yeah. Where Stark's going crazy because he's trying to tell everybody these are all my people, but they're all charlatans.
They're going to rip crazy.
Yeah, they're all crazy. They're all trying to rip you off, but they all do have a little bit of power to do something. So watch yourselves. So he, instead of protecting them, he hears Xan and takes off running.
Yep. He's like, bye, bitches.
Yeah. And you don't see him until the end of the episode. Yeah. You're like, thanks for being helpful, my man. That's cool. But then we see Mom come back.
Yeah.
So, anyways, take it from there. Tell him about Talon.
Well, he is not Aaron's dad. It's just a scam, a setup. He's a charlatan, as Kevin was talking about what Stark tells everybody else. And he's an ugly dude. Anyway, I wouldn't have bought him being like the
No.
bill for Aaron's mom. It's like, this is ridiculous. But, it's a unique look. I did enjoy that. But, like, that's not her dad. And you kind of know it right away. Then they confirm it. It's just, some people tend to think like, oh, they mentioned news of her father. Well, it's just a scam. And that's how the episode plays out. One thing I did like was the alien creatures that you got to see throughout the episode. That was really fun.
Oh, all the different species on the planet?
Yes.
Yeah. They had a really good time pulling things out of the creature shop for that.
Yeah, they did a hell of a job. I was very pleased with a lot of that work. And overall, I like the episode. I'm not going to say I love it. I don't think bringing Mom back was a great idea. And then using the dad as a thing, it's like, I think Erin kind of knew from the word go that it was all bogus anyway. She just needed something to try and take her mind off of losing Crichton.
Yeah. She was humoring them, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But you're right. She knew from the very get-go that was not her dad. And that when the DNA came up as a match, that her mom was still alive.
Yeah.
But she was just so heartbroken. She didn't give a shit. She just, you guys do whatever you're going to do. I'm just going to sit here and drink.
Yep.
And that's what she did.
Yeah, even Rigel trying to talk to her, and he's the only one who approached her properly. Was like, I felt lost too. I understand what you're going through. I'm not going to tell you what everybody else is trying to do and save you. You do your own damn thing. Just know we're here for you.
Yeah. And then he falls away.
Yeah.
In his little hover chair.
It's a little windy up here.
That was so fucking funny.
Yep. I love Rigel.
He's a little bit of all of us inside. Just that shifty little coward.
Yeah.
At least I'm a shifty little coward inside.
Yeah, but he's got his moments of what you would call humanity from time to time.
My favorite is where he launches the chick, the female version of his species, out the airlock.
Yep.
And, take that, you bitch. I was like, yes, fuck her.
Which one is that the next one? Oh yeah, yeah. That's the next episode, Fractures.
Yes, that was the episode where just like I was hooting and hollering and clapping for him. Once he calls her a bitch and lobs her out the airlock, I was just lost my shit.
Yep.
Fuck her. She knows what she done.
She got what she had coming to her. Bitch had it coming.
Bootlicker, motherfucker.
So,
She sold him out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, total traitor. I'm like, wait, really? Her and the peacekeeper kind of young kid or young pilot. That's who it was. But this is also the episode where Joel gets the creature in her eye a little bit, and she has to wear the eye patch for the rest of the the season. And poor thing.
It's in my eye.
Well, I like when some of the body explodes and it comes down on her and Grace and they both scream.
Oh God, yes. Oh, that part, yeah. I forgot about him. The thing, whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the creature, but it was a creature that still somehow was alive, but you had to put it back together like a puzzle.
Yes.
And it kept like half talking. I'm like, this is the whole David Cronenberg style episode.
And then it couldn't remember who the traitor was because his brain wasn't put back together properly yet.
Right.
You're like, oh my God, that's so fucking clever.
Then they mentioned she, and it's like, well, that brings it down to 2 people that could be the traitor.
Yeah, it was like it was whittling away possibilities slowly throughout the episode. And you're like, damn, this is a smart mystery. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, when they do mysteries on the show, they do not dawdle. They know what they're doing, and they know how to pace it out.
Mm-hmm. And then this was like bizarro versions of each of the cast.
Yes.
And that made it really fun because nobody wanted to believe that their bizarro version was going to be bad.
Well, like Chiana with hers, I was just like, that is so weird, man.
Yeah. Dargo with his, the Scarin that, you know, wasn't
It's like,
the
are they
bad guy.
using their stunt doubles is what I was thinking.
This isn't them. You've captured their stunt doubles.
Wait, what's that from?
Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs. All of a sudden, I knew it the second I asked that question. I mean, I like Fractures. I think Fractures is a much better episode than The Choice, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. A lot more happens. It's a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
And you don't have mom coming back all burned and mangled and be like, I'm not really
Not
again."
nearly as depressing,
Yeah, there's that too.
where you
That-
actually see mom now is dead.
Falls off a fucking building. Unless
Yep,
she's
she
like,
ain't surviving that.
unless Boba Fett fucking caught her on the way down or some shit.
Or Palpatine, you know. Somehow yet she returns once again.
Somehow trick returned.
Great. I'm glad they kept the arc to the mom super short, and we never deal with her ever again. So
Hooray!
I can at least confirm that for you.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we're already talking about Fractures. Did you have anything else about Fractures with the Bizarro versions?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Because now we get into basically the oozy doozies of the rest of the show. And this is where they decide that they have to take action into their own hands. A lot of because the crew is reunited at this point from Fractures, and now they have to decide we have to go do something about Scorpius and the wormhole technology, and this is not a good thing. And so, in I-Inch, U-Inch, implementing Crichton's plan, Rigel and Dargo open negotiations with Scorpius in a diner on a desolate planet. Meanwhile, Talon's behavior is increasingly unpredictable. This is where we really start to see Talon going a bit crazy and shooting up motherfuckers, for lack of a better word.
He blew up a hospital ship.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh shit, this is not okay. We definitely have a problem with Talon. And so you get parts of that episode being constructed here, and Moya trying to negotiate with that, and she gets shot at too. And but the things I like about this episode are basically the diner scenes, because it plays out like this typical Western kind of episode, but in a fun and interesting way, especially when they put the pain bracelets on Dargo and
the lieutenant.
the lieutenant, and they both get hit, and they suffer the same amount of pain regardless who gets hit.
Lieutenant Braca.
Thank you. His name escaped me for a moment.
Yeah. That was really good.
I like Braca. He's a fun character.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that he is separate from the rest of the crew because he's Scorpius's right-hand man. Like, his loyalty to Scorpius is so undying that, like, Scorpius won't sacrifice him necessarily before anybody else.
Right. Well, and
has
even
his
Grace
place.
at one point said, like, I knew you were destined for something more than your rank.
Yeah, because he was a kiss ass.
Yep. And he's starting to make use of that with Scorpius. And you'll see what happens with him in the next season. It's even better.
Da-da, 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 da-da.
I think you'll get it definitely has a certain feel to it, but once they get into the main story, like, oh, this is trippy.
I just hope it's The Odd Couple. That's all.
Yeah.
What
What did you think about like the whole heist thing going on, and then they all had to work together?
Oh, in the diner?
Yeah. It's for
That-
the insurance money.
For the insurance money. That was kind of cool. I didn't dislike that at all. I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be filler. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was just setting up the long 3-part story arc or whatever it was. I liked the guys that they came in, that they hired, the mercenaries, for lack of a better term.
The kind of monkey-like creatures, I call them.
Yeah, that were you know, like they were really
like
good
Bobo
actors.
from MST3K.
Yes, yeah, like how Kevin would do his dialogue, but would in between.
Exactly.
And he was really, really good at that.
Yes, he was.
So shit, even better than I'd say Dana Gould is. But anyway, we don't talk bad about Dr. Z.
No.
Anyway, the I liked the little blue dudes, little mercenary dudes, because they were so greedy. Like they were very Ferengi. They were
Yes,
so very
they were.
Ferengi.
And how Rigel just played them like a bunch of idiots.
Oh God, yes! Like he knew exactly what to say to make their mouths water.
He's like, you guys are rank amateurs.
Oh man, no, he did a really good job of negotiating with them to basically make them do exactly what he wanted them to do.
Yeah.
And then be able to get close enough to release Dargo, which was gonna, like, you know, destroy everybody.
And also get a weapon from Scorpius in his head.
Yeah, yeah. And it worked. I liked that it went a little bit further than what you thought it was going to be. The bad guys, or the monkey dudes, weren't really as inept as you would assume that they would have been. They actually kill the people. Like they killed the guy that hired them, and the guy's girlfriend or his wife. She goes nuts by the end of it. She kind of goes sociopath. She loses a bit of herself.
Oh yeah, she does.
And
it starts to get a bit like drowned out with her own depression too. She's like, I don't give a shit no more.
Yeah.
She's like, oh great, the diner's all mine now after y'all blew it the fuck up.
Yeah, and they all just kind of leave her there.
Yep.
Widowed, unemployed, homeless.
You're welcome, lady.
Yeah. No, they didn't leave a tip.
Nope.
It sucked.
No tip.
No tip for you.
I thought it was a good fun episode for that aspect, and also like the ultimate climax with, we got to do something about Talon, because couldn't hide it no more and couldn't avoid it either. So the only way to help him is to get him to a command carrier.
Yeah, it made sense. It wasn't stupid. You wanted to be like, well, why couldn't they just fix him somewhere else? Well, because he is a Leviathan, and not only is he a Leviathan, he is a Leviathan hybrid. So
Peacekeeper origins, and they would be the best people to be able to actually help. Yes, they could have done like a diagnosing like Crichton did for the chip in his head.
Yeah.
But then you'd still have to pay that, and they didn't really have the money for that either. So, and they were already formulating a plan to go deal with Scorpius anyway. So
it was 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yep. I figured just might as well make use of that and see exactly how far Scorpius is along with his research.
Yeah.
So,
but, and then we get to the not the homeworld, the actual ship itself.
Parked in front of a nice big wormhole.
Yeah. that that whole thing was just really, really impressive to see. The special effects on the ship was awesome.
Yeah, this show was top notch with special effects back then. They still hold up great on a Blu-ray today. Highly recommend. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. It is on Amazon Prime, but I would also encourage everybody to go get a Blu-ray set. Even a DVD set upscaled on your Blu-ray player will look great.
Yeah. The Blu-ray set is much prettier than watching it on Prime. And
Yes.
I've been
That's
watching it on Prime for the most part, but when I come home, absolutely I watch it on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, you make do with what you're able to do, but yeah, I even on my Blu-rays, I'm like, this is the way to go, and it rocks the sound system. I got a nice little 5-channel stereo setup in here. No, not 7, all that jazz. I'm not at that level, but it does just fine for what I like, and it's all around, baby.
Nice. Nice. I just
Yeah.
have the sound bar. Or if I'm feeling fancy, I put in my 3D surround sound earbuds, which are not
There
loud.
you go.
They're not as loud as I'd like, but nothing is because I'm deaf.
Oh, is that what the drawback is with those?
With the pulses? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Sony earbuds are great, but they are not as loud as I'd like them to be. They are loud though, and they do drown out the rest of the house.
Yep.
But I like my music to blare.
Not
I like
Blair Witch.
I like a mosh pit in my head.
Yeah, I like a little bit on the loud side too. And it's not because I'm deaf, it's just because I like to hear all the other little things in the background.
Yeah. She just started playing The Exorcist.
There you go. But yes, into the lion's den we go. Lambs to the this is where the names get like really long. Lambs to the slaughter, and then wolf in sheep's clothing. God, yeah, that runs like a big old sentence. But basically, the whole concept is they are running to Scorpius with a kind of agreement to see where Scorpius is at and foil his plan, so to speak. But we also get a bit of interaction with some former people. Grace finds his former girlfriend. Aaron finds an old friend of hers, and they have a disagreement on their philosophies. And all about there's issues with Talon that they're working on. They can't go onto the ship, and there's a lot of ground rules that keep getting broken. And then we got Commandant Greza who shows up, and she knows like a crazy lunatic military commando too. But she's also kind of hot. I don't know, Kevin. This is where things start like that.
You know, I'm not down with fascism, but if it's a hot chick with tall boots, I'm kind of like, I'm good for about 5 minutes. You can tell me what to do.
She'll make you lick her boots.
You want them bitches polished? All right.
Yeah.
I liked it because in this story arc, things start to go so well and then fall apart really
Like
fast.
real quick. Yeah.
And it's not just they fall apart for the crew, they fall apart for everybody except for this new commandant coming in.
Yep.
Like Scorpius loses his position, which was exactly how we saw Crace lose his authority when
Correct.
Scorpius walks in. Now this lady walks in the very same fashion, and she not only has the power of the peacekeepers, but she has the power of the other federations involved too.
Yep. She knows who to talk to. She knows all the right people.
And they don't care about Scorpius's plan to beat off the Scarans. Giggity. They want to have a truce with the Scarans, and Scorpius knows that that's not possible. Scarans don't want a truce, and they're not. Their politics are too arrogant to let them understand that. And honestly, I agree with Scorpius at that point. Like he knows
He is
that,
correct.
yeah, he knows that they're not going to stop. They aren't going to honor any treaty of any kind. Like they think that they're better than the God, I can't think of the not Terrans.
Scarens.
No, the Aaron's people.
Oh, no, they're called peacekeepers. Sebaceans. Peacekeepers.
Yes. The Scarens think Serbaceans are slime.
Yeah.
They're not worth life. So the only reason why they created Scorpius was to try to figure out how to better kill Serbaceans. Like he was a study course on what makes them weak. So the idea that they're going to sign a treaty or a truce with the different governments, like, that's stupid. They want to take over the entire universe.
Yep. It's an empire. They basically want to rule everything.
Yeah. Because might makes right. And they're stronger than everybody.
Just about. I mean, they do have their weaknesses and they are fallible, but they're a little bit harder to deal with than just about anything else in this show.
If you can get past their psychic attack, you can kick them right in the nards.
Yep, that'll work too. Or rip out their
Scary.
heart so they can't do much.
Cool. Kalima!
Shatine, Kalima! Another Indiana Jones reference here.
Which is, again, a Disney baby.
You know, call back. Oh man, Wolf in Sheep's Clothes, where Grace finally basically tells his girlfriend, "You're a no good lying bitch," and he nukes Talon. They go to Starburst inside of the command carrier, and in a heroic fashion, they sacrifice themselves to destroy all of the information on the ship.
Yep.
Basically taking out the whole damn ship.
Yep. All the wormhole information, all the military information, all the charts of where Earth was, all of it.
Everything dead.
Yeah. And that and he did it in a sense that the way he took out the command ship, it sunk the ship slowly, so it gave everybody a chance to escape the ship.
Yes.
And that's really what made the rest of the crew say, God, that's the only way that we're going to be able to do this. And Christ knew that. He knew that he was going to be the only person to get everybody off the ship. And the only way that everyone was going to successfully live was if he sacrificed himself.
Yep.
And golly, that worked. It sucked. Everybody was already mad at him. And then they're wanting to get mad at him for wanting to do this stupid bullshit, for pretending that he's betraying them, but he's doing it in order to get on the Talon so he could destroy the command carrier.
Yep.
And again, you think it's double cross, triple cross, but it's just Christ doing what he needs to do to make sure everyone is safe, because that is his crew basically at this point.
Yeah.
Or for lack of a better term.
No, that's probably a pretty apt description.
Yeah, because you want to say John's the captain, but
That's the funny thing. There really is no particular captain of the crew, and they actually discuss this in season 4. It becomes a thing, and then when you see who becomes captain, it's like, okay, that makes sense. So they do eventually choose a leader.
Stark.
God, no. My side, your side. My orders, no orders.
Message on Messenger from Danny Luna.
That's funny.
I think somebody just talked in your background.
Yeah, that was Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Yep, she was telling me that there was a message on Messenger from my friend Danny.
Ah.
Which means it probably has something to do with titties.
Well, we can wrap this up so you can get to unwrapping that.
Giggity.
But no, 2 fantastic episodes. So much happens in these 2 episodes. It would take a while to really unpack like everything. But the important parts are to know like a lot gets resolved, and like you said, it goes so well for so long, and then it goes really south, really bad, and really fast, really quick.
Yeah.
And beautiful imagery, great shots, awesome music, soundtrack on this show. This is where it really shines. Everything is just, this is peak Farscape right here. And if you haven't made it this far into the show, highly recommend you at least get through season 3 so that you get basically where you could stop. But I would recommend just watching the whole damn thing anyway, because it's so good. The writing is great, characters are on point, and it's one of the best shows that's out there actually that a lot of people haven't seen.
Yeah. Yeah. And which is amazing because, well, it was behind a paywall. That's why, you
Yeah.
know, for the time it was on cable. Not
Yep,
everybody
Sci-Fi
had,
Channel.
not everybody had cable at that point still, or satellite. So it was
This is true.
everywhere. It was all over the place as far as being on magazine covers and TV Guide,
It was on
posters.
DVD multiple times. So.
Yeah. So it was out there for people, but it wasn't accessible where people were going to be introduced to it. Going to your local video store and seeing a cover of this was not necessarily going to make your average movie watcher pick it up.
Yeah.
If you saw it on Sci-Fi and you were like, oh, hey, this is neat, then yes, if you saw one episode, that would probably be enough to convince you to say, I like this show. I want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah, but not knowing what it is and then seeing a $40 DVD set or $60 DVD set, no, probably not. I get that.
Yeah, that's always been a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, but
yeah, because box sets they still are, but box sets have always historically been redonkulously priced.
yeah. And to Gene's point in the chat, the tie-in with the Muppets didn't help it either. I have heard that from a lot of people that I just can't get into it because of the puppetry and the Muppet look to some of the characters. And it's like, you just got to get over that for the story, but some people just can't get over that visual aspect of it.
Oh, you mean the fact that they use puppetry in the show?
Like Rigel, like
Yeah.
it's a Muppet. Because they feel like, oh, well, they're reusing some of the Muppets and some of the puppets from
Well,
other things that they worked on. It's like, well, everybody does that. That's called repurposing. It happens. It's fine.
Well, you look at Empire. When Empire came out, people were like, what is this? There's a Muppet on there.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be this great, powerful Jedi, and it's a little Muppet.
Yeah.
And like it was even to the point where Yoda's called a Muppet by Weird Al Yankovic on the song Yoda. He looks like a Muppet, but he's wrinkled in green. Anyway, puppets can be misleading for people. Just like my ex-wife, she does not like puppetry. She does not like animation. It's not a media that grabs everybody. I've always really liked puppetry. I was a huge Muppets fan growing up, Mystery Science Theater growing up. I've become friends with all the puppeteers from Mystery Science Theater. Anyways, I have a deep appreciation for it. So this just kind of falls hand in hand for me.
Yep.
But I do understand people seeing puppetry and sci-fi and being like, this is weird. What is this? Is this for kids? Do I need to be on drugs for this? What?
Right.
But to answer your question, yes, I am on drugs watching this commonly, all the time, every time.
You tell him, Kev.
It helps. But I'd be on the drugs anyway, so.
True. When it came out, they pushed the collaboration. Well, yeah, they call it Jim Henson's Farscape, and it's from the Jim Henson Company. I mean, that's how they do marketing. That's just how it was. But let's see here. Oh, we still had one more episode, Dog with Two Bones, the actual finale.
I was going to say, to put this appropriately, we got to say the last two episodes were so big. The finale was so big that they needed an extra hour for epilogue.
And to send everybody off.
Go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, Moya and her crew prepare to pay their final respects to Talon because Talon is now gone, and his debris goes to kind of a cemetery of sorts for ships. Meanwhile, Crichton is troubled by visions of love and death. And we get introduced to a new character randomly. Crazy old lady with a third eye. And we find out what's going on with Erin and why she's now running away at the very last minute. Kevin, what did you think about that? And everybody's like takes off. They're all gone. John's all by himself in his pod.
Yeah, like I didn't know Augur could cook. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rigel
will be happy.
So there's a bit of a loophole there, I guess. Like nobody knows where this woman came from. She's just on the ship.
Supposedly she came off of the command carrier. She was a prisoner on there and escaped onto their ship.
Yeah.
I think she drugged somebody and that's how she got on. But
yeah, I don't really know the story with her. Like it seemed like she was messing with them in the background, like everyone else has been the entire series.
Yep.
But in reality, she's trying to help John see what he needs to do,
right,
in order to basically evolve to season 4.
Yep, and get his priorities straight.
Yeah, in order to keep Erin, he's got to let her go.
Yep.
In order to get the wormholes, he's got to give them up. And so he's got to take a leap of faith, and that's what the end of this episode it really is him coming to terms of finding his courage to take that leap. And everyone else is taking it too. And it's at the same time, it has the same vibe of the ending of The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. And I hate the ending to that movie so fucking much. You know, that song Hard Candy Christmas?
Oh God, yeah.
That was the end of this season. And I'm like, no, everyone's leaving. Don't go.
Everybody gone.
Yeah. But on the upside, you had the fun story of the renegade ship that lost its child because peacekeepers blew it up or what have you.
Yep.
And it recognizes that Talon is part peacekeeper and it refuses to let Talon be buried there.
Yep.
And Moya's like, no, fuck you. My baby's getting buried here. And then they start having this tiff and it's like two whales fighting.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty good.
Yeah, one of the whales is drunken on meth, and the other one's just a mom that's pissed off.
I like how you put this.
Like this one's like, moo, motherfucker, bang, and runs into it. And that's how they fight.
I like how you describe it, these episodes, actually.
This is how I understand things. It really was like watching two giant cows or orcas duke it out.
Ram.
Yeah. And it was pretty cool in that regard. Like it kind of needed to be narrated by David Attenborough. That would have been neat.
I could see that.
But it was a good ending. It was a
little bittersweet, I would say.
Yeah, like if you know that there's going to be a season 4, each of these episodes or each of these seasons end on a real pisser, but they always come back really happy. So it's like I can't really worry about it at this point. I know everyone's going to come back. Everyone finds their way back home.
Yeah.
Moya is home. So that's just where everyone's going to be eventually. It may not happen in the very next episode, but by episode 402, I'm sure everyone's home.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually made it to like season 4. I usually on a rewatch, I make it through season 3 and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a little break for like a week maybe and then get back to it. And then I just never get back to it. So it's going to be fun for me to rewatch season 4 for the first time in probably about 5 years. I usually like to watch this a little more often, but life's crazy and that's how it goes. But yeah, this is a good finale, got the new characters, and puts everybody in a very curious position going into season 4. And I call it bittersweet. I call it also very satisfying that it is a cliffhanger, but it doesn't make you feel like mad at the writers for doing it like this, because by this point everybody knew it was coming back for another season. They announced it like months before. The big thing that happened with this show, and I'm just looking back at the air dates here, is there was a big time jump between episode 18 Fractures and then the last 4 episodes. Fractures aired August 24th, 2001. We did not get these last 4 episodes until April of 2002. That is like, let's see, that's September, October, November, December.
Well,
it's about 8 freaking months, everybody. That was rough for a lot of people.
There was probably travel bans and passport issues, and
possibly
there was some shit that happened that next month that inconvenienced a few people.
That's true. That's very true.
Several thousand, but regardless.
Yeah. But the show, season 3 is overall an excellent course in quality writing and science fiction and how to properly do a TV show for about 22 episodes. So writers out there, if you say you can't do a show, you could do a show in 10 episodes. Any 10 out of these can defeat whatever you got going today.
Yep.
Any 10. Even the worst ones are better written.
I would say so. Like this is a really goddamn smart show. It doesn't fall into tropes. When it does take a trope route, it's only making you thinking it's going to take that trope.
And then it totally is like, nope, we ain't doing that. They nope out.
Yep. But you thought we was going to be this, but we really do that. And that's the great thing about the Henson Company. They are magicians. Not flim flam. They're magicians.
Yep. Totally agree. Oh man. Any other thoughts, Kevin, before we say goodnight to everybody?
Other than thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun. I absolutely love this show. I can't wait to get to season 4. We'll probably be starting that tomorrow. It's just exciting. It's comfort food, like I keep saying.
Yeah. It's comfort for me too. It's fun watching this while I'm also doing some episodes for our Stargate show on Thursdays. And just watching them together like this just reminds me of the good old days when they were both airing on the same network together, albeit briefly.
Briefly. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, because by the time Stargate showed up, was about the tail end of Farscape. I think it was about 1 season. Then there was the miniseries. And then not too long after that, Ben and Claudia joined Stargate for the last 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Huh.
Yep, seasons 9 and 10 of SG1.
They're like, well, okay, well, there's this other sci-fi thing going on over here. Might as well.
Well, they really wanted to get, once Farscape was canceled, they actually really tried to get Ben to join Stargate earlier than they could, and it just didn't work out.
Oh, contracts and shit.
Well, they ended up finding out, well, the miniseries is shooting and he just wasn't available. So it just didn't work out at that point. So a little bit later on, they went back and they're like, hey, there's an opportunity. And he jumped for it. Claudia was already a part of the show at that point, though, as a recurring character.
Oh, cool.
And they do not play the same characters. It's actually kind of funny to see how they play their characters differently in Stargate. I should show you an episode from probably season 10 where they have their sea legs finally, because it definitely feels weird watching 2 Farscape people walking around as part of the new team on Stargate SG1. It's a little weird.
I respect that. You kind of like wake up from a drunken blur like, what fucking show am I watching?
Oh yeah, and Gene's right. They don't even get to play scenes together at first. Yeah, if they do, it's all 4 of the characters, and they barely like interact with each other. It's like, God damn it, you can't even give me a reference. But they also have Lexa Doig on the show at that point, and they give Ben Browder a implied makeout scene with her.
An implied.
Well,
It was implied.
they're reshuffling their clothes as they get off the elevator together. They allude to that they had a relationship previously.
Oh.
I think if we had gotten to like another episode, they ultimately would have probably re-explored that relationship between the two of them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So
Hot makeout sesh.
hot makeout sesh. But that's going to wrap us up tonight for Farscape Season 3. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you do us a solid, hit that like button on the way out, share, and subscribe. We'd love to have you along with us as we do Nostalgia TV every other Friday. Tomorrow on Deadwire Live, we're going to be talking about some news and headlines from the week. We'd love to have you along with us. And every Tuesday is movie nights, and we're working on Phantasm, and then we're going to be hitting into, I think we're still figuring out, or maybe we will have Tremors.
I don't know.
We're figuring it out still.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Thank you all for joining us. You can now punch out. The graveyard shift is now over. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you next time.